Just to have it right, you are the first people to spit in a British accent.
No, I wouldn't say that.
No?
I wouldn't say that. But we were the first to do it authentically from within the hip hop scene. Everyone was outside. Everyone has sold a little bit of drugs. There's a difference between being a criminal and engaging in crime. Westwood was a big influence in the UK hip hop scene.
How are you with Westwood now?
Fuck Westwood, man. Fuck Westwood. You know, Westwood is a disrespectful brother, yeah?
How did that come about?
So the original London Posse was me, Bionic, Sipho. We kind of formed around Sipho.
Right.
We also had Basil Liverpool and Will Mays and Will Rock. They were the dancers.
Touring Japan in the 80s, I mean, how is that for you?
Amazing. Actually, we went to the south of France to interview OutKast. I remember interviewing Kanye West.
Yeah.
And
is this college dropout Kanye West?
I remember meeting Diana Ross outside the backstage door at Brixton Academy. Who I remember the most from doing that was Alicia Keys. I remember seeing her in the car park under Wembley with her mum.
Big Zoo recently went for Eminem.
I think there's English rappers who could clash Eminem. Yo, people, you don't know what it is already. I'm figuring if you're here, then you know why you're here. It's all about the Shizzio show. Go on and big up my man Shizzio. If you don't know me, my name is Rodney fucking P. Don't leave the fucking part out of the middle, it's important. And I'm here representing this UK hip hop vibe, see? So we're about to have a conversation that spans from 1980 something right up to the current day, cause things are gone down. So yeah, stay close, stay tuned, go on and get a drink, little popcorn, and come enjoy the conversation. Shizzio show, Rodney P, peace.
Shizzio bringing it back with the noise. Hoi oi, hoi oi, special MC, I'm back with the joy. Hoi oi, hoi oi, Shizzio bringing it back with the noise. And you bring me love, and you bring me joy. Hoi oi.
Yeah, can we do this? No apologies, think I'm gonna be a nuisance. Way back then was a dead. Okay, we are back, another episode. Love to everybody as per usual. Please hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna say it every episode. I know it's pissing people off, but a lot of you watching the show, you can't even press subscribe. It's free. You get me? Help a brother out.
Yeah, of course.
Don't want to do that. Real legend in the building today, as per usual. We love to see it. If you're ever gonna have the conversation about rap, UK rap, and there's a lot of that going on right now, there is no way on God's green earth you can have this conversation without mentioning this brother right here. Facts is facts.
Yeah, it is.
Founding forefather. You know, like the first stone at the top of the mountain that was dropped and turned into a snowball, whatever you call. This brother could be that very first icicle.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I don't know about the first, but close to it.
But we'll talk. London Posse, rhythm killer, founding forefather, Rodney P is in the building.
Well,
sir,
yeah.
This is an amazing honour. Thank you
good.
so much.
Thank you for the invitation, bro.
No, I've been trying to hit you for about a month.
Yeah, okay, I can't even lie. Yeah.
No, not a month, 6 months.
Yeah, okay.
Nothing's been going on, but you're a busy man. We love to just, I love to meet people like you. Like, your name's been echoing throughout my whole life, really.
Okay.
There's facts, though.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to give you your flowers today. I don't know if you're too humble to accept them, but
no, man, I'll take my flowers,
respectfully,
yes.
I don't give a fuck. I'm going to give them to you.
All right.
Do you know, side note, you've been in this building.
Have I?
See? You've been in this same building.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
You don't remember it?
That must be a while ago, though.
2009, you were here. You've signed the wall.
Really?
You don't even know it.
I don't even like.
Okay.
Wow, that's a mad one. Yeah.
Shall we go then? I'll tell you why.
Yeah, go and tell me.
You came here with Charlie Sloth and recorded the song.
Oh, was that here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And I didn't want to tell you off camera.
Okay.
And I was the one that engineered the vocal. The vocal booth was here.
See? I know the tune you're talking about. It's got the video.
When the colours are changing on the bus.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Yeah, okay. My man from Manchester.
110 and Charlie's like, I run the scene like Diddy did.
See?
I am this. See?
Well, I'm shocked though. You got me with that one still.
So I was the engineer on that. You get
Okay.
me? You came here and you signed this wall. Probably one of the first people.
Right.
2009. For those that don't know, this was a music studio.
Wow,
so a lot
I'm
of people,
shocked. You know, people, I can't lie, I'm shocked. I didn't remember that.
So
at
we
all.
have met.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I was saying,
you know what I always say to you, I know we met,
Yeah.
but I can never quite place
Yeah, no.
where, but that makes perfect sense.
I
still.
thought I'd just tell you on camera. I don't want to tell you off camera.
Okay, all
Because
right,
that
cool,
was the reaction you want.
cool.
Anyway, real legend in the game. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Let's take a moment though.
Go
Let's
on.
say, if you want to hear that tune, it's on YouTube. There's a video on YouTube.
There's a
Put in
video.
Rodney P and
Charlie Sloth.
Charlie Sloth.
Open the door, please.
And it's there for you.
Yeah.
It's there for you. You can get that.
A lot of people don't know Charlie Sloth was a rapper.
Yeah, that's what I know Charlie from.
Yeah,
He was an
yeah.
MC
So
still.
Charlie was a rapper first.
Yeah.
He was blowing up. I'm trying to get Charlie on the show.
Another thing with Charlie, he was always a hustler. He was a
the
hard
biggest hustler.
working brother. Like
That-
he would put the
I
graft
think
down.
his work ethic was just
That's
unbelievable
what
for
led
that time.
to success, to be honest. You know, it's
Filming the show, being Charlie Sloth and
Yeah,
all of that, and
yeah.
then really the way he cemented himself in the game was
Yeah,
epic.
yeah, absolutely. Big up Charlie.
And I
Big
saw
up
all of
Charlie.
that. So for those that don't know, that song is out there. There's actually another song that's one of my favourites with you and Charlie is Hip Hop with you and Skinny
Okay,
Man.
yeah.
You get me?
Yeah,
But that's actually one
That's a tune. I ain't heard that tune for years.
big fucking
Hip-hop.
tune.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
you get me?
Wow,
Man,
that's a memory lane thing, you know. That's a
Man
memory.
spun Rodney in the first 2
Wow,
minutes.
that's nuts. That's
But yeah,
nuts.
I have to say that once again, thank you so much, legend, icon, all of that is
All good,
coming.
brother.
Just want to get like a brief thing of where it first started for you. So born and bred, where, sir?
Battersea.
Right.
Battersea, South London.
Right.
Born and raised. Still there.
Can you explain what it was like in what decade is this? Can we
Boy,
know
I'm
that?
grown, you know, bro.
I know.
I'm grown. I'll tell you straight. I'm now 55 years
Amazing.
old. And we put out our first record. I was still in my teens.
Right.
Like, so the first record I was ever on rapping was in 1987.
Right. But
82.
prior to that, growing up in Battersea, what was
Yeah.
that like? Like,
Same as any other inner city at the time. Now Battersea's been very gentrified, but there were pockets of what I grew up in. And it was the same as any other inner city, housing estates and antics, you know?
when you say antics, what antics are we talking about?
Well,
is this the 70s?
I grew up in, I grew
Right,
up.
so-
No, I mean, really, 70s I was a kid.
Right. Yeah, but
80s is when we grew up.
Right.
Like,
But what were the 70s like? 'Cause-
70s was fun for me.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm a kid, so I don't have no responsibilities other than finding ways to enjoy myself
Right.
every day.
Yeah.
You know? 80s is when you start thinking about, right, I need to make some money.
Right.
You know, that's really what
Okay,
it was.
so as a kid, you got happy memories, Battersea.
Yeah, of course, Battersea was live. It was vibes. It was, you know, Providence House and Play Centre, Keys Club and Devas and, you know, Battersea Park roller skating and.
Was it kind of a mix of races and ethnicity over there at that time? Or would you say...
I'm sure it was, but not for me. Like it was. You was in the community. The West Indian community was strong. You were in the community. School is a complete mix of everybody,
Right.
And you have friends from everywhere. But in terms of like just life and living, you're amongst the community, which is a predominantly West Indian community.
Okay, cool. You have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I'm the youngest. I've got. I grew up with 3 older brothers and a sister.
Right.
But I have a few more siblings than that.
Right.
Yeah.
And your background is where, sir?
Jamaica.
Full? Mum and dad?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Talked about school then. What's school like for you?
School was good, man.
What's this, the 80s?
Same thing, 70s and 80s, isn't it? But
Right.
it was good. I was a okay student. I wasn't a prolific student, but I was okay. By the time we got into the secondary school thing, like by the last couple of years of school, I wasn't really in school. But then I'd kind of just.
But primary-wise, are you learning? Are you not?
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm in
Are
school.
you like
Plus,
behaving?
I'm behaving, man. I'm not here to tell you wild tales of
Yeah,
the
no, I just
antics.
wanna know the
I
truth,
was
yeah.
behaving, and plus I had a mum like she don't rap, and she's raising sons, so she would put the
Right.
smack down on the thing, real talk. So-
Right.
But yeah, I was a good youth.
Yeah.
I wasn't keeping up no
The
antics.
smackdown thing seems to be apparent for that era. I
Yeah,
got
standard,
it. You
bro.
get me?
Standard,
But,
standard.
what about in today's era? Because I do ask people, do you
Yeah.
think the smackdown should be...
I've got kids, yeah.
Right.
And I don't think the beatings that I got from my parents or from my mum, it wasn't even parents, from my mum.
Yeah.
I don't think nowadays that's called physical abuse.
That's what I'm saying. That's
You
what I'm
know,
saying.
Man, them carry PST off them thing there.
Yeah.
But when I look at it, 99%, not all the time, but 99% of the time, I had done some fuckery to get some licks for.
What fuckers are you doing?
It's like whatever it was. It could be anything. Sneaking out the house, coming home late, climbing out the window.
Yeah.
Like mashing up something in whatever it was.
Yeah.
But sometimes it was excessive. And now as a parent, I don't handle my youths like that. But sometimes I want to.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Real
Is
talk.
some people say they should be allowed to put a bit more of the smackdown.
Yeah, you know what? I'm down for some
2020
discipline
in
thing, though, still.
2025.
But I'm raising kids that don't need that much disciplining.
Right.
Like, I got good kids.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can hold back the whip pound when the whip pound is strong. Sometimes the kids need disciplining.
Yeah.
That's why we're seeing a lot of the antics that keeping up. These parents who feel like they can't discipline their kids,
Yeah.
and their kids start run the house. That can't happen in my house.
Is Dad around? Sorry to ask.
My dad?
Yeah,
No, I mean, I know him, but no,
Yeah.
it wasn't like that.
So he
I knew
wasn't-
him, he's passed now.
Was he in the household when you was growing up?
No.
Okay, so then what was that like for you? Did you was you aware that the dad
Not
presence
really,
wasn't there?
Not
Or?
really, until I got a bit older.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm the youngest. My bond with my mum is concreted, and I've got older siblings in the house.
Are they brothers or sisters older? Sorry.
I've got brothers and a
Right.
sister.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it handy having an older brother as like
Yeah,
a
of course. I
protection?
had 3 older brothers, and it wasn't even a protection thing. So as a little you, I had older male role models around me.
Right.
And then when we got older, you discover your differences. I got my oldest brother Patrick, who's passed now. He was a sound man, reggae man.
Right.
I've got 2 other brothers, more soul orientated. My sister is a lovers rock and you know, different
Course.
vibes. So I had all of these elements,
Influences.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to take all of that on board. But then by the time I'm grown, I don't need protecting. Like I'm all right. You
Right.
get me? So.
You say you were outside, right?
Yeah.
What type of things are you doing outside?
Listen,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Everything's allegedly, entertainment
Here's the
purposes.
simple reality. I don't know many people who weren't outside.
Right.
And it was when you hit the crossroads, where you're going,
Right.
right? So everyone was outside. Everyone has sold a little bit of drugs, has robbed a couple people, has done whatever. Like but really and truly, to my mind, it's all petty crime.
Right.
It's not until you get to a certain point where you decide, right, boom, I'm doing this crime thing, or now I'm going to uni, and for me it was, I'm going to do this music thing.
But
that's what I had.
It's interesting you're saying everybody does it. That's
Yeah.
from your perspective.
Yeah.
People have interviewed everyone. It would appear everyone doesn't do it. Maybe it's just what you're seeing. Do you get what I'm trying to just keep a
But
balance
like
here.
I say.
So
there's a difference between being a criminal and engaging in crime.
Right.
And a lot of people may disagree, but like getting in trouble is part of the learning
Yeah, of
curve for
course.
most people.
But there's
right?
levels of trouble.
And that's
I
exactly my
guess.
point. There's levels.
So is there a peer pressure for you to do these type of things then,
No.
if everyone's doing it around you?
No, not at all.
Do you get what I'm saying?
No, because I always had.
Or is that
I
natural
had
to you?
other-
If everyone's doing it, then I'm doing
I had other paths.
Okay.
I'll tell you the main thing that for me,
Yeah.
as I said to you earlier, I put out my first record in the 80s.
Yeah, we're
I'm
gonna talk
still a
about-
teenager. So early doors, I saw other paths. Now, we've put out this first record and we've had a minor success, but then it's back to my house and back to real life and back
Yeah.
to being broke and having to do whatever
Yeah.
to make a bit of money.
Yeah.
But then we're back in the music again.
Yeah.
And then we're back to the real world.
I'm gonna
And
get
then
to-
we're back to the music.
Yeah.
And at some point, the music became my main source
Right.
of income. And the
And it
thing
overtook that.
And it overtook everything else. And it became the thing that I wanted to do the most.
Right.
So in a lot of ways, it kept me safe.
Okay, so in school you're kind of learning. Did you have any idea what you wanted to be when you grew up?
Not a clue.
You just there.
Just didn't
Okay.
even want to be there by the end. The truth is, when I left school, I left with my exam results. And at the time, there was a thing called YTS scheme. I don't know if there's a name for it now.
YTS.
It was a youth training scheme.
Youth training. Yeah.
training scheme. And if you come out of school, you either go to college or uni, or you go and look a job, or you go and do some youth training. I was on this youth training thing, which was like £29 a week they would give you. You're
Right.
there 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And I was doing computer studies.
Right.
Them days, and it's not computers like now, this is binary and deanery.
Binary, the code, C++
different days.
Java.
Yeah,
Them
you feel,
things,
even
they were
predating that,
binary,
bro. This is
0, 1.
BBC, Microsoft
Right.
computers. Like, this is many moons ago.
Yeah.
And while doing that, getting my £29 a week, was offered the opportunity to go on tour with a band as support, and they were paying £10 a day per diems. Them time there, I don't even know what
What's
a
a
per
diem?
diem is. Per diem
Right.
is per day,
Right,
per
right,
diem, per
right.
day. And when you're in those situations, your per diem is how much you're given per day to cover your expensive food,
Right.
dinner, whatever it is. So they're offering £10 per diems a day, I'm in a YTS that's giving me £29 a week. 7 days in a week, that's £10 a day, that's £70 a week.
Yeah.
It was an easy choice. I left the YTS and I went on tour. And that is kind of where my life swerved.
But you was doing music prior to that, right?
I was already doing music,
Right.
yeah. As a fan.
I need
As
to
a
know
fan,
about you get me, the junction, but I'm going to get to that. Just a quick one. I've interviewed Creed and people that were your age, and it would appear there was a lot of racism in that period. Would you like
absolutely.
to pass any comment on that? Because it would appear people I've interviewed in the 70s and 80s did endure a set amount of
I have to
racism.
remind you now, I'm a kid in the 70s.
Right.
So I wasn't out being arrested in the 70s.
Right.
But I got older brothers. And I know when I was growing up, the sus laws were still in place.
What's the sus law?
The sus law is a thing where it's like the stop and search now, but even to my mind, even harsher circumstances, because you could be stopped, arrested, and charged for the suspicion that you were going to commit.
You could be
a crime.
charged for that.
Yeah, you go. Enough of the man from my generation and older. Their initial police record is from being arrested on a sus charge.
Right.
So like I say, you could be standing at the bus stop and there's someone else standing at the bus stop and a police car drives past and said, "You look like you were about to rob that woman. You nicked." And that was the reality of the law.
Wow.
In the same way now, you can say, well, you look like someone who's going to do something bad. We've got the right to stop and search you, even though you've done nothing at all.
Right.
Them time they would nick you for that. You get put in the bully front and get kicked
And that's
in.
just normal life.
That was normal life.
You couldn't do nothing about
That was
it.
normal life in the 70s.
And then is there kind of racism from other people? Is it just from the
Of
police?
course, I mean, we're talking about the days of mods and skinheads and punks and rusters and rude, like, so there's all of these different divisions, and still, like, England is very white and clinging on to its culture.
Are you receiving a lot of racism, or are you just
I'm a
seeing
little
it?
kid. I'm a little kid, but I'm seeing it. I remember I bunked off school a day, yeah?
How old are you?
I'm about 9 or 10.
Just 1 second. Just pull the wire from the bottom because this bit's a bit loose. I'm just worried that from the angle. There you. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, I'm like 9 or 10.
Right.
And I bunked off school to go to the West End to go to the Forbidden Planet comic shop.
Comic shop.
Yeah, that was the thing. I still got my old school.
Where's that?
comics in my
Tottenham
head.
Court Roadsides.
Nah, you see, it's there now.
Okay.
Before it used to be a little shop in closer to Covent Garden, right on the
Yes,
corner.
Forbidden
Before it
Planet.
blew up to this big thing, it was a little comic shop on the corner.
Yeah.
And I remember England was playing Scotland. I remember they banned them matches because there was always too much violence.
Right.
But I remember bunking off school, and I can't remember what I was doing. Like, I don't know why, but like London was full of Scotsmen them time. Yeah?
Right.
And I remember it was a Scottish man was the first man to aggressively call you a nigger. And I remember that stuck with me. And I'm a little youth them time.
Right.
I'm not even supposed to be there. So, it wasn't.
But why do you call you that? Just randomly?
Randomly.
What, you just walk in the street?
Yeah. I'm on my way to the comic shop. I
Right.
don't know this brother. I don't know. We haven't interacted at all, But that stuck with me. And the first time I remember actually being stopped by the police must have been about 11 or 12. And it was me and a group of friends running up from Clapham Junction. It was running up from Clapham Junction to jump on a bus near the Lavender Hill post office. It's still there. And there's a bend in the road where, like, when you hit that bend, you can't see the bus coming on.
Right.
So we could know there's a bus coming, so hit that bend and we're running. And I remember we got pulled by the police. And it's, what are you running for? And we ain't done nothing. And it was the first time I ever heard you fit the description.
Right.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever heard it. And I've heard it so many times since. But it's always the same. You fit the description, something happened, we need to search you. And I remember that the first time. And it was a case of being aware that this is some fuckery.
Does that affect you psychologically, or do you just get on with life?
Of course, you have to get on with life.
Right.
But I think people ain't aware of
The hardship.
and not even the hardships, the differences in life. Everyone's got it hard. But there are certain things that affect other communities in the ways they don't affect everybody. And when black people say we've been going through this shit for years, lots of people don't want to believe it or take us at our word. But it's a fact. This shit affects us differently.
Main question is, did you still go to the comic shop? And Diddy.
Yeah, man. That's
You still got your...
there, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
man.
All right. So just talk to me about musical influence then. What is it like growing up? Where are you getting the influences from? This is before you decide to start music.
Okay, influences are from within the household and from within the community.
Right.
So in the household, my mum was a music fan.
Right.
She was into Millie Jackson and Johnny Nash and John Holt. Someone how I got to work with in later years.
Okay.
Like I said, my older brother Patrick, you know, rest in peace. He was a sound man into reggae music. Like I inherited his record collection. It's reggae music too.
Right.
My sister Grace is a lovers rock, R&B, soul, you know, reggae thing as well. I got two other older brothers who I grew up with, William and Jeff, and they're more of the times, current R&B. It's Jeff that introduced me to hip hop.
Right.
You know, it's like William was more of a styler in his dresses, his Pringles and Tashinis.
I said Pringles, Jesus.
Yeah, man, back in the days, cuz. So I'm seeing all of that. Plus, I'm of a generation where we now got our own thing as well. So when I hit a certain age, hip hop was brand new. Body popping was brand new.
Right.
So,
So how old are you when that comes in?
13, 14, 15.
13,
young.
14. So early 80s, 80s?
Early 80s.
Right,
Early
okay.
80s.
Is there a standout record that really changed the game for you?
Yeah, you know the record that really changed it for me in terms of wanting to be a rapper. It's not a record I don't think many people know. But my brother Jeff had been to New York and he brought back some records, and one of them was Fresh, Wild, Flying Bold by the Cold Crush Brothers. You probably never heard it.
I don't.
Right. And it's that record that made me want to rap. Like,
right.
Yeah, I was excited about that tune. I still actually own the record. It's a bit worn out for me practicing my Zuga Zuga.
Right,
and
yeah.
But I still own that record.
So your brother brings that record back, and from there you're like, I want to rap. Or that's where you get your...
That's where I get the injection.
Interest.
Right, yeah. I mean, even before that, like, I had won a poetry competition for the Rotary Club of Battersea.
Talk to me.
So this time I'm in primary school and I wrote this poem.
Yeah.
Because I was always a fan of words and I was a reader and I'm still a reader.
Right.
My eyes ain't as good as they used to be.
I hear you.
But you know, and I'd written this poem. So I always was a fan of words. And so when hip hop came, it made sense for me.
And how old are you?
Young. I won the competition. I was still in primary school. By the time I got into hip hop,
what did you win?
I can't remember, certificate or something.
My man, you vouched or
something stupid. You know what I mean? Like, but also that validation is real. Like for young people,
of course,
to be rewarded for their input and for their effort is important.
What did you write about? Can you remember? I'm not asking you to spray the bars. You get me?
Killing me, brother.
No, I'm just kidding. Come on.
It was about.
You know what it is?
It was about being a king and living up to the responsibility of your position.
Okay.
It was very basic, but that's generally what it was about. Like, you know, responsibility and accountability.
Okay, cool. So you get your first little thing there, then your brother brings a record back, and then are you just listening to hip hop then? It does hip hop?
No, there's never been a time in my life when I only listened to hip hop.
Right, so you still listen to everything. So then what gives you the spark to perhaps pursue this then? Do you start writing lyrics?
It was community. Like when hip hop came out, man, I have to recognise hip hop came to England as a cultural thing.
Right.
Not as a rapping thing.
Right.
So we started breakdancing and body popping.
Graffiti.
And writing graffiti and doing the DJ thing and rapping.
So hip hop is...
I did everything.
New, right, okay.
Yeah, but it's all new and it all came at one time. It kind of trickled in. So you got like the Sugar Hill Gang.
Yep.
And then a couple years after, you get like Malcolm McLaren.
Right.
Malcolm McLaren came out with a song called Buffalo Girls, and in that video, you got to see all of the elements of hip hop in one place.
Right.
So it had graffiti writers, it had break dancers, it had DJs, it had everything, the lino, how they dress. You got to see the b-boy style, you got to see name belt buckles, you got to see all of that. And once that happened, UK, you know, within the pockets that loved that, really embraced it.
Right.
And I was growing up in South London, I had my local little hip hop crew, big up Brave Boy and Everton, big up MC Mello, who was moving them time there, big up the original Boogie Bunch,
right,
who I know through breaking and popping in Clapham Junction.
Yeah.
But then I found a community in Covent Garden who, like, that was the London hip hop community, and I became involved in that.
Can you do a headspin though?
I used to be able to.
Swear down.
Yeah, I used to be able to. I wouldn't do it now.
What,
but-
line her now? I don't want to see it now, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But yeah, let's be clear though, I was a shipbreaker. I weren't very good.
Well, if you could do a head spin, you're...
Yeah, but that
you're-
was just
I
me
think you're
risking
better
my
than you
life,
think
to
you
be
are.
honest. But I could do a head spin. I could do a little footwork and things.
So-
I was a shit breaker. I was a shit DJ. I was a shit body popper. I was shit at graffiti. But I could do the rapping thing.
But you tried it though, so...
I tried all of it. Like standardly, man. I have to know that when this thing came, man did everything.
Right.
And that's not unique to me. Everyone did everything. It was,
Yeah.
we did this hip hop.
Okay,
culture
so
thing.
then you start rapping where? Where do you get the confidence to start this rapping
Back
thing?
at Security Youth Club.
Right, you're in the
Yeah.
youth clubs, they're playing the music.
Yeah, and we're just rapping and keeping up antics and just enjoying the energy of it.
When you're rapping, are you spitting other lyrics first? Or
I'm spitting other people's lyrics first in a fake American accent.
Right,
Like,
because
I went
that's
to
where...
I'll tell you what happened. I went to New York. I went to New York with my mum.
When did you go?
Early 80s.
Right.
Early 80s. Hip hop still new them time there. And there was a song, I think it was by the Skinny Boys.
Right.
And the lyric was, Joni is skinny, you might say bony, something. I can't remember all that.
Right.
But I learnt that lyric. When I came back to England, I made out like it was mine.
Come on,
And then
catting the lyric.
And then me and MC Mello, who's another old school artist, I told him the lyric and I said it was mine, and me and him learnt it, and we did it as a back and forth.
There's no
thing.
internet, you know.
Right, and then now there's no evidence. Although eventually the
Yeah,
song
obvi-
reached England.
Right,
Eventually
right.
the song reached
That's
England.
a
But
proper story.
by then I got lyrics by then, so we're good.
Right.
But that's how it started. So I started doing other people's lyrics, then started, well, I need more. So man, I have to start writing. That's how it started.
And the confidence to touch a mic, is that just in you then?
That's just, yeah. Although we weren't really touching mic then, we're more touching, there's freestyling and rapping.
Yeah, but just
and
that
also,
confidence
there's- like in the youth club, you have got the little sound system set up, and man was already on the mic and like,
Hosting or...
yeah, like being shy on the mic that was never it. Like,
Right.
we're not scared to do it. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
having
yeah.
the outlets to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so you're spitting someone else's lyrics.
Yeah.
Yours for now.
Yeah.
Building
yeah,
a name.
yeah. A name, this is very local stuff. And
Yeah.
in terms of name and reputation, until I got to Covent Garden where the real action was,
Right.
it was all local.
Okay, so you're doing
It's
it
all
local, then you touch base with Covent Garden,
Yeah.
which is central London,
Yeah.
and then you start joining what they're doing.
Covent Garden, man, what you have to realise is that Covent Garden was like almost like Mecca or like Switzerland.
Right.
Like once you get to Covent, that's like neutral territory. So from Covent, you know, man, from north, west,
Everyone
east,
comes
south,
central.
That's where the London hip hop community,
Community.
that was the main hub
Right.
for it. Everyone had their little local thing, but in terms of London, that was where the hub was.
When you say Covent Garden, is this the streets of Covent Garden?
Streets of Covent Garden. And part of it was, and this is me recounting other people's tales, because I wasn't part of this. I wasn't a busker and all of that. But Covent Garden, you can make money. Street busking and all of that stuff was
Right.
legal. And the graffiti artists had graffitied the whole place, Prime and Pride and Mo 2 and the Chrome Angels. There was massive graffiti everywhere
Right.
that you could find now. If you look for it, you could find it. This is a history lesson.
Yeah.
Anyone who's generally interested,
Yeah.
sorry brother,
No, you're right.
who's generally interested, you can go and find them things. They're you know, there's
Are you
a
allowed to do the
historical record.
graffiti in those days?
Not no more, but them guys, he was bombing, innit?
Yeah.
Graffiti was a bomber's sport. Like you don't ask permission, you just go and do.
Right.
It was a rebellious thing. It wasn't, you know, stencils and everything, Chris. It was just get in. We got to get this piece up tonight. You
Right,
get me?
right,
It was
right.
That kind of energy.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you go to Covent Garden, do more MCing there then?
Or MCing there, finding like-minded people, finding your peers.
Yeah.
You know, and Covent Garden was a thing where you go there, you can make money, and you can make money as a busker, breaking, body popping, entertaining, but also it became the place where we hang out at night. So we was in the West End a lot.
Right.
From young.
Right.
Like, so there's Covent, and then you move to Leicester Square, and then there's other ways of making money.
Right.
You're doing your little hustling,
Such
whatever
as-
that may be.
What does that mean?
Whatever that may be, bro. I'm not here to like
No.
promote
Allegedly.
criminality, and it's all
Okay.
allegedly. But whatever you could do to make your little bit of money, especially you're young, so like you need little money. And
How much can you make?
we're raving as well.
Right. How
Plus
much
we're-
can you make roughly?
Any given day is a different amount, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
All right.
just.
No.
It's a youth man thing, you know.
I
It's
hear
not
you.
like we're not robbing banks or fucking
no,
shooting
no.
people, but it's West End is where all the tourists are and the
Of course.
hustling is, and what. So you can do whatever you can do, whatever your mindset can lead you into.
Okay.
You can find, but then there's also raving.
Right.
So we're talking about the days of Astoria, Delirium,
Okay.
Mud Club,
Right.
Spats, Wag Club. Like, that's where we're raving as well.
Right.
And these spots that are embracing of the hip hop mindset.
Is it hip hop clubs then?
These ain't the hip hop clubs.
No?
These are the original rave clubs.
Right.
Before-
When you say rave, what type of music?
Bit of everything, including hip hop. But it would be house. This predates jungle. Jungle don't exist yet.
Right, that's what, yeah.
House, electro,
Right.
hip hop, the
Variety.
early hip hop. Just a variety. There was no one thing. But a place like Astoria, which I don't even think is there no more. They used to have a night called Delirium, and they would put on entertainment. They'd put like a half a BMX bike ramp on the stage, and you'd have like people like Chucky on their bikes, like doing stunts in the middle of the club.
Health and safety is not aligned.
Nah, them time health and safety was not an issue. You get me? Like,
that's a BMX bike. Start right here.
yeah, all kind of things. It was. These are different days. This was on raving for us was real. You get me? Like,
Yeah.
And a lot of the excitement was because we're young and not supposed to be there. So there was a lot of rushing back doors, and you get to know security because you're like, as much as you have to rush the door to get in, you're also friends with them when they're still because they like you as little youths.
Of course.
But you know, they're not this. Yeah, different days.
Yeah.
Different days. Good times.
So when does the MCing start becoming serious for you?
When I got offered to go on that tour that I mentioned earlier.
Right. So you're MCing around.
Yeah.
People kind of know you.
Kinda know us
Have
by
you got
then.
your name, Rodney P? Just what?
Then times I'm known as Roddy Rock.
Roddy Rock.
Roddy Rock.
And I'm guessing Rodney's your real name.
Yeah, Rodney.
Right,
Rock,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's your name, Roddy Rock. Okay. So from there, someone offers you to go on tour.
Yeah, all right. So what happened? Listen, we're talking to young people. I don't know how old your general audience is, but we're talking many moons.
Do you know what it is, bro? It's a lovely history lesson. So
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't really care. I'm a fan. I want to
Okay,
know
all
this
right,
shit.
okay.
So that's why I'm
This
trying
is
to
for-
go
this-
deep.
this is for the
because
archive. Let's go.
this is why I do these shows. It's
Yeah.
because in the future, 10, 15, 20 years, if someone really wants to know,
Yeah, okay.
it's there.
Yeah, all right.
That's why I
Okay.
do this shit.
All
You
right.
get me?
So,
The tour.
the tour.
Roddy Rock.
Yeah. Okay, London Posse. You know
Okay.
London Posse. All
I
right.
do.
So, we are just out and about doing our thing. We've come together as a collective of friends. Yeah.
Right, with other people.
So this is the original London Posse members.
Right.
But so what has happened is Sipho, who we kind of formed around because he had a name already as a human beatbox.
Right.
He was offered the opportunity to go on tour by Don Letts,
Right.
who is someone you should look up
Right.
because his history within UK music is vast and extensive.
Can you
Like-
just give me some checkpoints? Of
All
things
right,
he's
so he
done,
was
just
the
so-
guy
do you know
who
what I mean?
introduced Bob Marley to the UK punk scene.
That's what I'm-
that led to Bob Marley making the punky reggae tune.
Right.
He was one of his tour guides. He's an author, he's a DJ, he was friends with Malcolm McLaren. So he was kind of the link between the punk scene and the Rasta scene.
Right.
And the reggae music scene. He was that guy. And he's a documentary filmmaker. So him and another guy named Mick Jones. Mick Jones was part of a band called The Clash, who were one of the biggest.
Clash
punk
is,
bands.
yeah.
Clash.
What? London
London Calling, yeah. So Mick Jones was part of that alongside Joe Strummer and
Right.
Copper and the other guys.
Right.
They've now come together to form a new band called Big Ol' Yo Dynamite.
Right.
Right? And they're the ones who offered us the opportunity to go on tour.
Right.
And up until that point, I had never considered music to ever be a career.
Right.
It was not going to be a career. It's this thing I do because we love it and it's the culture that we're in and boom, boom. Although, I mean, still, we come from a West Indian community background, sound system culture, reggae music, but now there's this hip hop, this new
Right.
thing. and
Yeah,
we
yeah,
love it.
yeah.
So they've offered us the opportunity to go on tour. And like I said, I was on the YTS. I'm getting £30 a week, £29 a week. And here's this new opportunity. And
Right.
obviously, man, grabbed it with both hands. And that's when man became, you know.
What are you doing
artist.
on tour? To MC on tour? What?
MC, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
We're performing as a band. Someone recently sent me the poster. That was
Okay.
before we had the name London Posse. But before
So
we
you're
had
not
the name,
called London Posse right now?
No, on the
Okay.
poster it says Bionic, the Human Beatbox Sipho, and Roddy Rock with 2 dancers.
Right. Okay. Cool. And you tour where? The UK?
That's a UK tour.
Right. So what is that like going up? And
Brilliant.
is this your first time seeing the rest of the UK?
I never even like. I've been to the seaside before.
Right.
Like I don't know England.
So what other things you're seeing in England?
England.
Yes.
Basically,
Right.
England, and
What is that?
realizing
In what, the 80s?
all of England don't look like London.
Right.
Like there's places in England where there ain't no black people.
Right.
There's places in England where you receive a warm reception because people love the music.
Right.
And there's places in England where, boy, you don't want to be in them places the after night because anything can happen.
Right.
And it was a fantastic learning curve.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So we're doing all over. We're in Sheffield and Glasgow and Edinburgh and Wales and Birmingham. We're everywhere on this tour. This is a tour of a band that are successful. They're on top of the pops and things. So we're supporting them. And also they've got Schoolie D as one of the warm-up acts. Schoolie D is the guy who is credited with inventing gangster rap. So there's Schoolie D who made a tune called Parkside Killers, PSK. And Parkside Killers.
Schoolie D British or American?
He's American.
Sorry,
He's from
right.
Philadelphia.
Right.
That tune, Parkside Killers, was the tune that MC Ice-T from West Coast. Cop Killer, yeah. But before that, he had a tune called 6 in the Morning,
right.
which a lot of people also credit as being the first gangster rap tune.
Right.
But Ice-T will tell you that he got the idea from 6 in the Morning from the PSK tune. Right. So Schoolie D is recognised as the first gangster rapper who authentically comes from a gang and was active.
Right.
This is many moons.
Right.
But he's also on the tour, along with a few indie rock bands, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then us, who don't know what the fuck we're doing, because we've never even really done shows together before.
Right.
We're making it up as we go along.
Right.
It was like, again, following Sipho, we went to Mick Jones's house, who had a studio in his basement. And we were just rapping and freestyling, enjoying the energy, but not realising really we're probably auditioning right now.
Right.
And thankfully we passed and we got the job. So.
And you're writing your own lyrics now?
By now we're writing our own lyrics, but we haven't got a record out. We haven't got a record deal.
Okay.
We haven't got a really great structure to the show, but we're doing our thing now. We're on the road.
Is this American accents or British?
Bionic, who was part of the London Bionic. So the original London Posse was me, Bionic, Sipho. We kind of formed around Sipho.
Right.
We also had Basil Liverpool and who was Willa Mays and another brother named Will, who was Willa Mays and Will Rock. They were the dancers.
Right.
But
the accents?
The accents were American. Because everyone rapped in American accents.
Okay. Fair enough.
When me and Bionic got together, we already had the idea that we don't want to just follow the format, and this American accent thing's stupid. We already had that notion.
Okay, but you're still going out on that tour American?
Yeah, because we hadn't worked. Now, Bionic was doing a reggae thing.
Right.
He was doing more of a reggae thing.
Right.
And I was doing more of the hip-hop thing that was more American.
Yeah.
And like, we want to do hip-hop reggae, but we ain't quite worked out how to do it in our own voice. So he's doing the Yardie thing and I'm doing the Yankee thing. But over time, it just became our own voices. But it wasn't overnight. It took a while. Because
how long roughly?
A couple years. But you know what it was? By the time we got our record deal, so let me just timeline it.
Right.
We did this first tour.
You did the tour.
Right?
Yeah.
We come off that tour.
Yeah.
Big Udo Dynamite say, well, we're going on tour in America. We say, yeah, we're coming. So I've already been to America. We go back to America. So we're in New York. We're not actually on their tour, but we're in and amongst the hype of it.
Right.
In America, we get the name London Posse.
Okay.
Because when we're out and about, like, where are those guys? Which guys? You know, that London Posse.
Okay. See, I love that.
Right,
okay.
that's how we got the name. Now, we're still in New York.
Yeah.
Big Udo Dynamite's back in England.
Right.
They've offered us the opportunity to go back on tour with them.
Right.
So this is the second tour we're doing.
Right.
But you need a name for the poster. You can't just be Bionic, Rodney, Sipho, and you need a name.
In the group, yeah.
We need a name. We're still in New York. We said, what's the name? What's the name? London Posse. That was it. That's how we got the name.
Who said it's London Posse?
Me and Bionic. That's me and Bionic.
Oh, we love that.
That's me and Bionic.
Okay.
So that's where the name comes from. And we come back to England, we're straight on tour again. At the end of that tour, last day of the tour, we did a show in Astoria, actually. It was in Astoria. And we meet Jazz Summers. Jazz Summers is a man who he's passed now, but him and Tim Parry run Big Life Records. Still
Right.
exists. They're doing their thing. They
Yeah.
had a lot of pop hits, lot of pop success. We signed to them. That's in 1987, I think.
So
and then we put out our first record. So we've been on tour twice before we ever had a record deal or put anything on the radio.
Right.
So now we're
Have you got your own records at this junction, or are you just spitting over tracks?
we're spitting over tracks and we're making beats.
Right.
We're making beats.
So you
But
kind
we're not releasing any music.
Yeah.
We're more putting on performances.
you offered a deal. What does the deal look like? What is it?
I need that thing. Like it was an opportunity to get
Yeah,
some
but
record
what-
out.
is it any money or
very
is it-
minor amount of money? I don't even remember the amount of money, and that's
Right.
the truth. It would have been a minor amount of money. It would have been Big Life was a record label and also a publishing company. So we gave all that away. We have no experience of the industry,
Right.
And it's just we're just glad to be able to get a record.
Sure.
Out, so
Yeah.
we did that.
Right. Sign the deal. You
Signed the deal.
You
Put out the first record.
you start making records.
Yeah, we've made a record.
Right. How was the studio experience? Are you
Brilliant.
just
Brilliant.
pros now?
Yeah, we're
'Cause
brilliant. we're brilliant.
Is it because of that life on the road that
Partly.
seasoned you to
Partly,
do that?
Yeah, partly, and because we're really part of this culture. So
Right.
we're together on most days, MCing and writing lyrics and
Right. That's all you're doing
active,
now.
all of it. That was it.
Right.
You get me? We're doing that.
This track you make, is it American accent or British?
The
this
tune's called London Posse. We're attempting to make UK hip hop as with our own voices, with our own slang. When I listen to the record, I just cringe and think, what the fuck? Like,
Why?
Because I can hear the fakeness of my accent. I can hear it. But we've begun the journey
Right.
to get rid of it. So I already know what I'm thinking, but I haven't delivered
So the first song's American accent.
it. Yeah.
Okay,
To
cool.
my mind, lots of people would tell you that's the first time the UK accent. But when I hear it, I know I haven't reached the point where I want to get to yet.
Is it kind of half and half then?
Yeah, it's kind of hip. It's
Okay.
a hip hop reggae tune.
But in your mind, you want to drop that accent.
Yeah, I want Rid, definitely.
But that some people would say you're the first people
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
do that.
Yeah, we
because
were.
nobody was
No one
thinking
weren't
that.
doing that.
Where did that thought process come from? You just didn't like it. You thought you was being
Dancehall.
fake.
It came from dancehall.
Right.
So in the UK, you had established Jamaican sounds,
Right.
big Jamaican sounds, Coxsone, and big
Yeah.
established Jamaican sounds. But you also had young UK sounds,
Right.
who may have been established by Jamaicans, but the DJs and the MCs, we're not even going to go down that road, but the MCs
Yeah.
were young second generation English black youths who recognised the fact that we're not Jamaican. Our heritage is Jamaican, but we're not Jamaican, and we need to find a way to represent ourselves in the music.
Right.
And that was your Tipper Iries and your Smiley Cultures and
Yeah.
your Asher Senators and your Saxon Soundman and them. These things are happening, but the unity sound, a lot of the man them who ended up as big MCs within the jungle scene. I used to listen to Demon Rocker, who is part of the Ragga Twins,
Yeah.
from years, Navigator from years. We
Right.
were young listening to them, man, but they're dancehall artists. And they have this UK Jamaican identity where our heritage is Jamaican, we're all West Indians, not even necessarily Jamaican, but we're all West Indian.
Yeah.
But we're in London.
Right.
They've already applied that mentality to UK sound system culture. We've just said, let's apply that to hip hop.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Right.
And part of what we grew up on is reggae music. So one of the first things we did, started making hip hop reggae, because one of our biggest influences has always been reggae music. So what I feel with hip hop is it's like a gumbo, where you throw everything where you got in it. Like you asked about my influences earlier, you throw all of them influences
Into
in
a
the pot,
Yeah.
and mix it up, and then boom, like we're gonna make some hip hop out of this.
But just to have it right, you are the first people to spit in a British accent.
We're the first that.
Can we just give you your flowers for that?
I wouldn't say we were the first. No, I wouldn't say that.
No?
I wouldn't say that. But we were the first to do it authentically from within the hip hop scene. So there's groups like Three Wise Men,
Right.
who were around for years. The Cockney, the Yardie, and the Yankee. I don't want to
Right.
disrespect their lyrics. But there's pop groups, Adam and the Ants.
Adam and the Ants. Well,
Like-
but rap-wise,
But from within the genuine
that's
hip
what
hop
I want to
scene,
say.
yeah,
we'll give you
that.
your flowers.
Yeah, we're taking that.
You are the first people to put British accent on rap in the UK.
Yes.
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 That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, song comes out. How does it do?
It does
That
good.
First
I mean,
song.
it's an underground tune. It does good. It
Right.
does good.
And then
again, it opens up lanes for us. So this is where we'll talk about 88. 89.
Yeah.
We're on tour in Japan with Soul to Soul.
Okay.
Or we're going to Zimbabwe.
You can't just say that and it's like a throwaway. That's a big thing.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah, soul to soul. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, we're still teenagers, but we're traveling. I mean,
So like the labels finding you these tours.
no, we're kind of doing it ourselves, and through the people we know. This is before we had ball management. So
Right.
before we had a manager, it's just us. But we know lots of people.
Because you're just, right.
We're active.
You're in
We're
it.
out.
Yeah.
We're like, we're part of it already.
But
Like
touring Japan in the 80s, I mean, how is that for you?
amazing,
Do you know what I mean?
amazing. Like Japan was one of those wish list destinations.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, when I'm a teenager, I'm in Japan. We're getting kitted out with free gear, and we're getting hospitality, and
Right.
like we're flying around the world to places that we never imagined that we would get to see.
Right. Japan, where else you go?
We go Japan, we go Zimbabwe, we go pretty much everywhere in Europe.
Right.
If you're talking about where I've been, I could like you're asking me to pick
Don't
spots.
even remember you been in this room, bro. So it's cool. I
Right.
get it. I understand. The brother's done a lot. You get me?
But in terms of travel, where I've been able to go to as an artist from the back of this music is there's not a place in Europe that listens to hip hop that I haven't been to.
Right.
That's just I've been to New Zealand, Australia, China, Japan, Taiwan,
Beautiful.
multiple countries across Africa, both as an artist and as a journalist and a radio doc, making radio.
We're gonna get
docs.
to the radio stuff. Is there a destination you haven't been to that you think was on the list that you just
There's
never
lots of
quite
places,
got to?
man. There's lots of places. I've never been to. I've never been Nigeria, and I've never been Ghana, and I've been lots of places in Africa, but
Right.
I've never been Nigeria or Ghana.
Right.
I want to go to those places.
Okay. When you're touring, is there a lot of money involved, or what is
Yeah,
it?
we're earning. This becomes how I earn a living.
How much you earning, roughly, allegedly, for entertainment
Different-
purposes?
Again, different shows, different prices. But I mean, back them days, there, if you're getting $2,000 for a show, you're doing good. This is Youth Man days. Like
That's
you know?
a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
In
Like, that's a lot of money.
So you're
bro.
earning $2,000 a show.
About $2,000 a show.
Each
yeah.
or the show? Or the...
No, that would be for the show.
Right.
So that
How many
would
have
be
you
me.
fought? 5.
No, so now London Posse has become me, Bionic, Sipho, and DJ Business.
Right, 4 of
That's
you.
the 4 of us.
£500 each.
But we quickly, so we've put out this first single, and when it's come time for us to sign a contract for a new deal,
Right.
we're young, but we're not that dumb.
Right.
So they're offering, so now
So you signed for the first single only.
one single.
Right.
Because they wanted to see how it would work
And
as
it
well.
worked out well?
And it worked out well.
So they come back.
Now they've come back, let's do this album with some singles.
Right.
But now you want to be the record label. This is no disrespect to Big Life, and it's all part of the hustle.
listen, yeah, come on.
No, can't not the hustle. You want to be the record label,
The distributor.
the publisher,
Right.
and our management.
Okay.
That ain't gonna work out. Now, like I said, we're young, but we're not that stupid. So we've turned that deal down. And
How much was that deal for?
again, I honestly
Sorry,
can't
I
remember
got
the
asked.
numbers, but I honestly don't remember.
Right.
But we've turned it down. Me and Bionic have said, no, we're not doing that.
Right. Why? Because you wanted separate management? You wanted...
Yeah, you have to separate
Yeah,
those
okay,
things.
yeah.
Those are
But
major conflicts of interest.
Even
bro.
then, how old are you then? To know this stuff is good.
18, 19.
That's what I mean.
Like, yeah.
Like some people would be naive about it because it's a new thing and just see the
Yeah,
lights.
but no, it seemed obvious that can't be right. And we haven't got a music business education, but that can't be right.
Right. Okay.
So we've turned that down, and Sipho's then left the group because he wanted to sign the contract.
He's left the group.
Yeah, he's left the group. So we formed around him initially, but
Right.
then he's left the group, and he's now become part of the EL Posse, which was the East London Posse,
Right.
with Derek B. This, I don't even know how many people are interested in hearing this
I don't,
story.
bruv. I'm
But so
interested. I don't
he's-
give a
he's-
fuck,
he's
bruv.
joined the
What
East-
do you mean?
he's-
But this is heritage, bro. So
Yeah,
why
man,
are
yeah.
you hesitant, bro? We don't.
I'm not hesitant, but
This
you know,
is-
I must say I've also told this story in parts a few
Yeah,
times.
but they ain't told him in here.
All right, we're gonna
You see it?
keep cracking on.
Right, go on.
So Sipho's joined
He's
Derek B.
left.
He's left and joined Derek B.
Okay, how does
Derek
that make
B,
you feel when he leaves? Sorry.
He's
Are you
cool,
pissed
he's our
off?
brethren. Not really.
'Cause
Not
you-
really.
'cause
Yeah,
you're
I'm kind of
crew.
pissed off because
You're
we're
London
a crew.
Posse.
But also, he wants to do his thing, so go on and do your thing.
Right.
And Derek B at the time is probably the most successful UK hip hop artist.
Right.
He's got pop hits.
Right.
He's on top of the pops. He's on his own tour.
Right.
Like, so Sipho's going to join that. So now it's me and Bionic, and we're out in the wilderness.
Right.
It's back to real life. It's
Yeah.
back to the housing estate. Back to
Okay.
real life.
Yeah.
Like nothing ain't going there for us. But we didn't walk into that trap.
Right.
And as I saw Shiesty on your last show, was
Stush,
talking
Stush.
Shiesty.
Yeah.
Forgive me, I know Shiesty.
Yeah, I know.
There's another story
Big up.
there still.
Yeah.
But Stush was saying it's easy to get locked into these traps, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, when you sign them contracts, the people that you sign them with, don't expect them to be benevolent and say, no, just go, we'll free you.
Right.
That don't work like that. So we had avoided that trap.
Right. But now you're back home doing hustling again.
Back to hustling, but we're still performing. Now we are the London Posse. People know us. We're able to go out, do
Right.
shows, but it's also mostly back home doing your little bit of whatever
Right.
to just keep it.
What, you've lost a member?
But we've lost a member.
Okay. He goes off and does his thing.
He's doing his thing. He's on top of the pops. He's doing his thing.
Is that annoying you, that seeing
Not
that?
really,
Or is it
because
kind of
again,
frustrating?
it's frustrating more than annoying. Sipho was my brethren. Sipho's passed now, but he was my
Right,
brethren.
R.I.P.
There wasn't a time when he wasn't my friend.
But when he leaves the group, are you not talking to him then?
We don't see him as much, but we're still talking.
Okay.
We don't see him as much. He's doing his thing, we're doing his thing. We're still hustling to get our thing cracking. Them times, Westwood was a big influence in
Right.
the UK hip hop scene.
Yeah.
He had the major events and, you know, the stage shows and the American artists coming. And we know Westwood. So we're getting pulled into a lot of those events.
Right.
So, you know, we're still out and about and we're performing. And then Westwood has the idea of starting up his record label, which was called Justice Records.
Right.
And there was 2 acts on the label. So it was London Posse and another crew called Trouble Rap.
Okay.
DJ J and MC Trouble.
So Westwood wants to sign you.
So we've signed to Westwood's label. We just did that.
What does that deal look like? Are you aware?
Another shit deal. That's a shit deal, but not one that locks us into anything. It's just us getting the opportunity to put out some more
Was it
music.
album or single?
Single. It was
Okay,
a single
one
deal.
single.
One single.
Yeah.
And we put out a record called Money Mad.
Right.
Money Mad created a little wave. You see, you have to be of a certain age group.
Right.
But Money Mad was the tune at them time.
Okay.
Come on, man. Come on. That was the tune them time.
Okay.
Like, we were going there with some things. The production levels had raised. Like,
Right.
we had set a bar
Right.
for the thing.
And Westwood's on radio as well. So
And West was on
so I'm
radio, so
guessing
we're
you
getting
can bust the
pushed.
tune.
And yeah, we're getting pushed.
Right.
Like, you know?
Right.
And that was a big tune for us. So now we're back on our wave. London Posse's running with things. You get me?
Right.
There's the UK scene is gone. It's like Demon Boyz are out. MC Mellow's out. The Cookie Crew's been out. They've been out from before us.
Right.
Whole heap of crews. Syndicate, Hijack,
Are you
Cash Crew.
You rapping in a British accent on
By
this?
them time it's fully English. So by the
Fully
time we
English.
got to Money Mad, we'd mastered the art.
Right.
This is how we talk now.
And these other crews in the
Most
UK,
of them are still doing American accents.
most of them are still doing
Yeah,
it.
and the ones that ain't took their influence from us, and I say that brazen. Like
Okay.
They took their influence from
Yeah.
us. We come and set the wave that we're not doing that American thing no more.
Right.
But it wasn't an overnight success. A lot of the English people were like, nah, it's hip hop. It's supposed to sound American.
Right.
We had to fight that
Of
argument over a course of years. But
Yeah.
obviously, we were right.
Yeah.
Feel me? We were right, and that's why you see now we set the wave.
Everyone, yeah.
And a lot of the younger artists don't know that or recognise that, but
This
we
is why I
fought
like to
that
talk
fight.
about this and put this
We
out in the
fought
universe.
that fight for the UK thing. Like,
Yeah.
we have to do us. Anything that's not representing us is dumb.
Right.
That was the fight that we had.
Okay.
So we put out this tune,
Money.
Money Mad.
Right. So when that's out, you're kind of known now.
Yeah, we're going with some things. Then.
How is it dealing with fame and all of that? 'Cause
It's not fame,
but
it's-
it is- no,
it's
you're
local
known,
fame. No, it's
but
local fame.
But it can still affect one's ego. How are you? People know you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it was good. It
Okay,
was good.
that's
It
what
was,
I'm
it
saying.
was good. And
Everyone
remember,
has-
like we was already, granted, we was good. So
Yeah.
you know, it was all good. And to have what was considered a big underground hit them time,
Yeah.
we're feeling nice about us.
Okay.
But you see, after that tune comes out now, it's back to the wilderness because Westwood shut down the label, and you know he's
Okay.
doing his thing. He's getting a bigger show on radio, and you know time restraints.
Right.
Boom, boom, boom. But
So
so,
then-
we're back to the wilderness again.
So how is that taste of fame?
That's when
back
it
to the
becomes.
thing?
That's when it becomes like, rah,
Taste
we
of-
need to get back to that.
Right.
You know, it's back
that-
to selling ash out my back window and like, you
Right.
know, dumb shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You know, so we need to get back to that. And so what happened? This is just me unraveling the story.
Come on.
All right, so what happened is we put out the tune Money Man. Them times it's CD days. Man's got the thing on CD.
Okay, CD's out.
Yeah, my sister has got a baby with Errol Samuels, man called Bull. They call him Bull, from West London. He's from Ladbroke Grove.
Right.
Same place as Aswad. Aswad is the most
Don't
predominant.
turn around.
Yeah, but
Jesus,
even before that,
don't
even
gas
before
me.
that,
Okay.
like if you watch the movie Babylon, it's one of the artists from Aswad, who was the lead actor in that. So they're
Right.
well known.
Right.
Bull is Aswad's tour manager.
Right.
So he's not their actual business manager, he's their tour manager.
Yep.
But Aswad signed to Island Records.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's got that in. He knows that world, music business world.
Yeah.
We don't know nothing
The
about
next
it.
level.
So a day Bull comes to my sister's house and I'm like, yeah man, so we do this music thing. I'm a little youth. Obviously I've seen him growing up. He knows me from a little youth.
Yeah.
Now I'm in my teens. But yeah, we did this music thing and yeah, take this CD and play the CD and boom, 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 boom. He's like, whatever. Like he's not hip hop rappity thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
them
yeah.
man, you know what I mean? But that day there, he's going into Island Records.
Right.
So he's got this CD with him. So he goes into Island Records, and Island Records, there's subsidiaries. So where there's a label in Island, that's part of the Island family called Mango Records. And on Mango, they have Overlord X signed there, Shelly Thunder signed there, Salif Keito. Really, it's a world music label. So it's African music, hip hop music, Brazilian music.
Yeah,
It's a world music label, and it's run by a guy named Jumbo and Suzette Newman, who is Blackwell's personal assistant.
Right.
Blackwell is the guy who put out Bob Marley, who owns them time their Island Records.
Right.
He's the guy.
Right.
So this label has been given to his assistants to do whatever you want with this label. One of the people there is a guy named Mikey Roots. Big up Mikey Roots. I ain't seen him for years, but big him up still. Bull comes in the office with this London Posse CD. He don't know what it is. Some rapping thing. Throws it on the table.
But he threw it though. I rate him.
Yeah.
I rate him. He didn't use it as
threw
an
it on the
ashtray. You
table.
get me?
Mikey Roots said, "Rah, where you get that from? I've been looking for them, man, there, because that's this London Posse tune, and this is a big tune.
Right.
But this is like a year and a half, 2 years maybe
Right.
even since that tune come out. It's not a new tune no more.
Right.
And we're kind of back in the wilderness.
Yeah.
But he said, boom, I've been looking for them, man. They've been good. Boom, boom, boom. Bull comes back to me and says, right, I got a meeting with you in Island Records, and I'm your manager now. And that was it.
Man wants to cut. You get me?
Yeah. And
Man's like, don't go. I'm your manager.
and that's what happened. So we go into Island Records. We get a record deal with Mango / Island Records.
What album deal?
Album deal. This is
Right.
This is an album deal. And again, the money's not great. This
What is it?
predates YouTube and
Of
platinum albums and again, I'm not going to be able to tell you the exact number,
Roughly.
but we got an advance. I
5
don't
figures,
know.
4 figures.
Nah, we're talking about maybe 10 grand, maybe
Okay,
5 grand,
okay,
maybe
yeah.
15 grand. Like
It's still
still
quite a bit of
money for me. Them time though, that's a chopping some dough. Like that's what it felt like.
It's a house. No,
Boy, but them day they could have put you a deposit on that
Yeah.
house. Different days.
yeah.
But so we got this record deal now, and the deal is for the singles and to put out the album,
Right.
Gangster Chronicle album,
Right.
and that is what really cemented London Posse as the UK hip hop group of them time,
Right.
and really representing the UK voice and sound and style, and yeah, that's the legacy. The legacy is the Gangster Chronicle album.
How long did it take for the album to get made?
Not long, because we'd been writing and recording the whole time. We had excesses of amounts of lyrics. Like, we were ready to go. By the time we got the album deal, we were ready to go. We just needed to make the instrumentals to rap to. That was it.
When the album comes out, is it expected to chart? Is it that type of thing, or is it more of a like a?
No, it's UK hip hop. You have to recognise what UK hip hop is at the
Sure,
time.
it's very early stages.
It's either pop rap or hip house or extremely commercial,
Right.
or it's underground.
Right.
And we kind of sat somewhere in the middle of
Right.
that. Like, so we had a bit of commercial success, but we also remained true to the underground.
Did you not want to make commercial records specifically? Was the label not maybe pressuring you to do that? No?
at all. No.
Okay, so when it comes out, is it deemed as a success in the label's eyes?
Yeah, they're good with it.
Yeah?
They're good with it. And also we had the opportunity. So what we then did is there was another UK crew called the Demon Boyz,
Right,
who were probably my favourite UK crew,
Right.
who had a very similar ethic to us.
right.
And we were able to then go and get them a deal on Mango as well.
Why didn't you say, I'm your manager now?
No, but
You get me?
we did this all under Bull's management. So it was London Posse, Demon Boyz, MC Mello. We
Wow.
all came under one flagship thing, and the producers that came with it.
So Bull's earning.
Well, again, it's not this, you say earning, but things is running, things are happening.
Right.
We can go out on tour, we can do our own shows. We've got our own individual record deals.
Right.
We're moving, we're doing bits. The UK scene is still young.
Yeah.
And only the commercial rap is busting. Unless you're going pop, you're not really, it's either underground or pop.
Who's the commercial rappers? Just so we can get a thing of.
Cookie Crew,
Right,
Derek B,
right,
Phase One,
Okay.
There's a few who are succeeding. No, top of the pops is the benchmark.
Right.
Like if you're making top of the pops, you're a pop group, and you're succeeding.
But
you're
your
moving
record's not top of the pops kind of.
No, we're not top of the pops.
Right.
We charted, so we would be in the national chart, but top of the pops is like the top 40.
Right.
So we would make like top 50
Okay.
and miss out. But we're not making pop records.
Sure.
Like you need to, like, I would say to anyone watching, go look up London Posse, Gangster Chronicle album. And we got tunes like Shut the Fuck Up Bitch, You Can't Sing on there. Like, we've got like, we're not making pop records at all, and we're not even trying to.
But the tone of the album, that the use of that language, those type of topics, you don't feel no way about bringing them in the forefront, like making.
At the time, no. A lot of the music now I listen to it and cringe.
Right.
Now, but at the time, fuck that. That was what we wanted to say.
Do you feel like you was a voice for the voiceless then, perhaps?
To a degree, yeah. You feel quite rebellious. You feel like you're young and you know, you got this youthful energy and you feel like you have this voice and you got all of this stuff you want to say. And we got the opportunity to do it on vinyl and on CD.
Amazing. Album comes out, London Posse cemented, Demon Boyz cemented. You are making the culture, you're birthing this culture, do you know what I mean? So then do you go again? Is there another album? What happens?
Nah, then things like as it does, this music industry.
We can say it's back to the
Well, no, it's different. It is back to the real world again. We've put out this album, we've had our success, we've toured the world, we've seen all kind of things. The UK scene has grown. There's a whole heap of new artists. There's, you know, Black Twang and Caveman and Cash Career, as I mentioned. There's so many artists I can't even begin to name it. But the UK scene is healthy.
But as like a founding forefather, how does it? Do you feel a certain way when perhaps people coming in after you and maybe getting more or
I never
more
had
notoriety
that issue because
or
I always understood the difference between what we were doing and pop music.
Yeah.
And we were in a position, and some might say we foolhardily turned it down, but we were in a position to go pop.
I was going to say that, the temptation must have been.
But it was never that for us.
Right.
It was never that. It was never that. We got songs at the time when we're talking about how we'll never go pop, and there were commercial, you know, things being thrown in. So we're doing remixes of songs that are a bit easier to digest.
Right.
But that's on a remix. The version we made is something else.
Right.
You get me? But we also we're here to sell some records. We're not anti-selling records. We're not anti-success. But we were determined to do it. In our own way.
Looking back in hindsight, would you have liked to have done a pop record?
No.
Tried that avenue?
No.
Okay. How much money are you making? What are you buying with your money? Because you're still touring, you're still signing. What are you doing?
Well, I mean,
are you kind of reckless with money? What is it?
I make some small investments in myself. Simple things like the first money I ever got from a record deal, like sensible money, was I bought my turntables and my mixer.
1210s?
Yeah, well, a 1210 and a 1200.
Yeah.
I still got them. I serviced them shits. I still got my
right.
But just like
you reinvest in yourself.
Just little bits. Yeah. I got my MPC. I make beats. I do like, you know, like little bits because we're not making house money.
Right.
We're not making Rolls Royce money.
Yeah.
But we're making little bits. Like we're helping build the scene for all of these money was making Rolls Royce and Bentley and house money. We're the bricks that got you there.
Right. But there's that as well, innit? You're effectively brick building for someone else.
Yeah, but I mean,
without ever wanting to just build the house yourself.
Oh yeah,
which is by the way, that's very honourable, by the way.
No, I'm not trying to be honourable. Bro.
Okay.
No, I'm not trying to be honourable.
So what is that then?
But what I find is funny is that a lot of people don't want to deal with the reality, and I see that in older artists as well. The reality is we're living in a time when the ground was different.
Right.
The ground was different. The avenues to success were different.
Right.
You could be a successful grime artist making grime in exactly the way you want it and succeed.
Right.
Or a hip hop artist or a driller or whatever it was.
Right.
Like for us to do what we were doing, there was never that big pot of money. There was never no online. There was no YouTube. Right. There was no MySpace. There was no Instagram.
There was no internet, yeah.
There was none of that.
Yeah.
You would have to be physically on the ground doing this work. And if you weren't making pop music, everything else was underground.
Right.
And we kind of sit in the middle of that. So we were commercially successful in terms of what was expected of us, but we weren't pop.
But again, you didn't sell out.
No, because we didn't want it. And again, we're young and man stand on their square, you know. Like there's a lot of man, the word you use is sell out. Sell out. I know people who make pop because they like to make pop.
Right.
Or I know people who make pop because they sold out.
Right.
Those are two different sets of people.
Absolutely.
I'm not a sellout.
Right.
If I make a record and it goes pop, I'm going to embrace it and run with it and clean up every penny I can. But I won't have made it because I want to make a pop record.
Sure.
I've just made the record that I wanted to make.
And then when kind of like jungle and all of that is coming in, are you not tempted to dabble in that or dabble
Not
in
in
these,
the early days.
in
Not
these
in the early
waves
days.
that are kind
Not
of...
in the early days. Not in the early days. Like a lot of that stuff, there's so much I'm missing out in this story now. But
Yeah.
Man saw the rise of jungle. Man saw the rise of
course you
dance
did.
music, warehouse parties, rave culture.
Yeah.
You know, Ragga Twins putting out Reggae Owes Me Money. Like, man saw all of that.
Yeah.
Man saw it and understood it. Man saw, I was talking about, you know, reggae sound systems earlier.
Yeah.
Sound systems like Coxsone and Saxon. Man saw them on them, Tenor Fly and Daddy Freddy go and make jungle tunes. Man saw the Ragga
Yeah,
Twins.
big up Top Cat, he was here, he was telling...
Top Cat as
teaching
well.
us about this stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All of them, man, they're putting their work in the underground.
Right.
But then when jungle came, it was a way to start getting paid for one.
Right.
Like, but also the energy changed. The energy changed. London was different.
Yeah.
London was different. Like,
Right. But some...
yeah, the vibes changed.
Some
The
may
vibes
say,
changed.
why would you not adapt and...
Because I was staunch on my thing. I'm standing on my square.
No.
I want my thing to work.
Are you a stubborn individual?
Some could say that.
Because
Some
I'm
could
getting
say
that vibe.
But you also have to recognise the fact I've done jungle. I've done grime. I'm on many
since.
house tunes.
Yeah.
Like, but I've only started doing them when I've got an understanding of what they are and I can work out a way to do it
Right.
so I like it.
Right.
You know, in the early days, I wasn't into them something there.
Yeah.
It came later.
Right.
It came later. Like, going to a jungle rave as a hip hop man, early days, that was like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
Then I done an E, and that was the best place in the world. You understand?
yeah.
That's the reality of it. Like, the ground shifted, and although I'm not a junglist, I'm in the jungle thing. Like, you know, I'm not a garage MC, but the girls go to garage raves. We love rock out and do them as Aurea Stars would do, the little gunster loop
the
down.
little gunster.
You know, we enjoy those things. That's
Right.
London, isn't it?
You delve in it,
But
but
I'm a hip hop man.
Yeah, I hear that.
And to today, I'm a hip hop man.
No, I hear that.
Them days I was a hip hop kid. Now I'm a hip hop man.
Mm.
But I stand on my square. I do my thing.
All right, so after that first album comes out, what? Do the Island want a second one?
Mango closed down.
Okay.
Mango closed down. Same thing. It was a pet project.
Right.
And you're never secure in them situations.
So you're back again.
But what happened is Mango gave us everything.
What do you mean gave you
They
everything?
gave us everything.
What, the records, everything?
They gave us, we got back all our records, we
we
got
love
all
that.
the masks, they gave us everything. There was no ties. It's been a fun ride. There's the things. You know?
We love that,
all
yeah.
good. So I
Ownership.
still got those. Like, you know, that album has re-released
What
twice,
year was that?
three
Sorry.
times. So 1992, I think that
Wow,
album
look
came
at
out.
that, bro.
1992. But like I said, it's re-released on Wordplay via Virgin, and it's been re-released on True Thoughts.
And that's you dealing with that.
Yeah.
So when an album, like when Virgin re-releases it, how does that work money-wise? They got a...
Same thing. They license it. They got to license it from
Okay.
us because we own it.
And how much is the licensing fee?
Man, you just
But it's a
putting
ballpark
money
thing.
obsessed and
No.
that. You know what? I don't
This is-
know, bro. I don't
But
know.
how- what do you mean you don't know?
It's
You meant to
licensed.
know.
We licensed it, and we got a check for it.
Okay.
And they re-released it, and
Yeah.
then we were able to go back on tour and perform it again. And you know, it's like it's all hustle, bro. We can't knock the hustle. We keep it moving. Straight.
All right, so then you're no longer signed to Mango.
We
What
set up.
happens
We
then?
set up our own label.
Your own
Records.
label?
We set up Bullet Records.
Okay, who does? You and the crew?
That's me, Bionic, Errol Samuels, Bull.
Right, because
And that's when we put out How's Life in London, which becomes our next even bigger
right.
tune.
So hold on, because Mango dropped the other artists as well, didn't it?
Yeah, we're all gone. The label's gone.
So
So
then-
it wasn't. No one ever actually got. We all got dropped
but
because
I'm
the
saying,
label
don't
stopped
you want to
working.
sign the other crews then?
We put out music. We put out some Demon Boyz tunes.
Yeah.
MC Mello got signed to Soul to Soul Records and made an album for Jazzy.
Right.
So we're just hustling. It's just
yeah,
hustling.
okay.
Like, you're gonna ask me to remember.
No,
the
no,
fine-
no,
you
no,
know
no,
what I mean?
no,
I don't know, but you know.
Okay, the next project comes
That's
out,
How's Life
and
in
that's
London.
you dealing with it now.
That's How's Life
What
in
is it
London,
like
Bullet
owning your
Records.
own label then?
I wouldn't say I owned it. I wasn't in control of that.
Okay.
I wasn't in control of it, but I was part of the movement and the family.
So-
Yeah, but it's all hustle. So we're here to get this new
But
record
you're
out.
pushing your own product.
We're pushing our own project. We're getting our own videos made. Big up Blake Bedford who did the How's Life in London video. where we're doing our own thing.
Yeah.
And now these are the times when now there's MTV. So now there is outlets for your music.
Right.
So again, we're kind of at the forefront of the UK hip hop scene. So we're getting interviewed by like Fab Five Freddy for your American MTV raps, and you know we're one of the leading lights of the UK hip hop scene.
Are your videos on like MTV?
Yeah.
So they're embracing this.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. What was that? Right. So his album come out. How does it do?
Album does good, man. The album was voted the most important UK hip hop album of all time by Hip Hop Connection, which at the time was the most important hip hop magazine in the UK.
Right. How does that make you feel?
Fantastic.
Putting this kind of stance on the UK.
Of course, it makes you feel good, but you're in the midst of your journey, so you're not looking back yet. You're still looking forward, isn't it?
Okay.
So, yeah.
So after that, what happens then? Back on the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board. So we're doing our own record label. We're doing our thing. We're putting out a couple of tunes, boom, boom, boom. But actually, it's kind of grinding to a halt.
Okay.
Like it's been so long and our ideas are different and man's doing different things and we're seeing each other less and we're getting older and you know what I mean? It's kind of...
Right.
And when I say older, we still ain't out of our 20s yet, but you know?
Yeah.
Times is shifting.
Right.
And so really London Posse started grinding to a halt. And we're starting
What
to do
year is
separate
this?
things.
It starts going to a halt? Because 92 was that
This
album.
is early 90s.
Okay.
It's not early 90s, early 2000s. Late 90s, early 2000s.
Right. So throughout that 10-year period, you're putting out music.
Yeah, we're doing our thing.
Doing your thing.
Yeah.
Do you think the scene's changing?
Yeah, obviously, man. The whole of the music thing changed. With the raving scene,
Yeah.
everything's changing.
Right.
Everything's changing. Like I said, now we're seeing the emergence of drum and bass.
Yeah.
And rave culture and
Garage.
the music's getting faster. Garage kind of came after.
Right.
House has always been there, but the UKG scene came after the jungle thing still. But yeah, all of these things are happening. And as a Londoner, you're involved in all of these things because this is where you live and rave, and these are the people you know. And them man there who are making jungle are the man them you know from the hip hop scene. A lot of the early jungle producers were hip hop producers who like breaks.
So they're not really spending time in hip hop anymore.
Who? Me?
No, everyone knows.
Other people are finding and creating these new scenes. Like DJ Ron, who is one of the real jungle pioneers. But he was also the first hip hop DJ I had with me, and MC Mello was a group before London Posse. So, you know, there was a lot of influence.
The hip hop scene's not what it was, would you say?
Yeah, it's not what it was for a minute. But London Posse's finished, and now there's a resurgence in the UK hip hop scene. You've got Black Twang, you've got Skinny Man, you've got Roots Maneuver.
Right, just stop that. What was the factor that what was the conversation that London Posse's finished? Was it a specific conversation or did it just dwindle? Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, did you lot have the this thing's finished, or was it just no one spoke about it?
All right. This is one of them things that I haven't really talked about it. What was the end of London Posse? How did London Posse?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Okay. So we had kind of ground to a halt. We weren't really working no more, but we hadn't split up officially.
Right.
Yeah. I'm still doing my thing. So by now, I'm actively doing my thing as a solo artist.
Right.
I began doing my thing as a solo artist. Initially, I didn't want to ever be a solo artist.
I didn't ask the question, sorry to interrupt. When did you change to Rodney P from Roddy?
Oh, a long time ago. That's a long time ago.
So
after the first single, that name was only for one tune and then after that.
Okay, go on. Right, so go on.
But yeah, so I've started doing my own thing. Started putting out my own tunes as Rodney P. Big up my man Dolby, who was the first man to say, no, come and do this tune for me. I put out a tune with me and Donny.
Right.
The first tune I ever rapped on as Rodney P. So I'm doing my thing. And then I linked up with Tricky. I don't know if you know Tricky. He's an artist from Bristol.
Right.
He was a very...
Rings a bell.
Enigmatic figure. He had a moment when he was doing his thing.
Right.
But he made really to the left kind of hip hop, very experimental.
Right.
And me and MC Mello linked with Tricky and went to New York to do some recording. Various things, for various stuff. We were doing a project called Drunkenstein with Tricky. Yeah, all of these people that I'm talking about, you need to go and look them up.
Yeah.
This is a genuine history lesson, but you need to do the legwork you know what I mean? You need to do your own legwork.
We can show you the door, you go walk through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, go on.
So So we're in New York doing that. We're doing tunes with like Group Home and Little Dap and
Right.
yeah. So we're doing that. But Tricky has shown me that he's a London Posse fan.
Right.
He's a what that Gangster Chronicle album? I love that album. You and Bionic are amazing. Boom, 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 boom. All of this stuff. Yeah. So, all right. He's got a notion. He's doing a very similar thing to what Jazzy B and Soul to Soul was doing. He's setting up his record label and then he's some acts to be on his label. Boom, boom. He wants to sign London Posse. Them time London Posse is pretty much done, but we haven't finished.
Right.
Like we're pretty much done, but we haven't finished. I've also got my solo record deal that I'm waiting to sign. My thing's good to go. I'm ready to go on my solo.
Sign with who?
This is a label called Pussyfoot.
Right.
Which was like kind of a Big Dada kind of.
Right. I remember. Big Dada. Right.
Yeah, one of those kind of. Howie B.
Right.
Howie B, who did a lot of work with U2.
Right.
And like, them man.
Right.
And Dolby's involved and all of them man is involved. But I've got that on cock ready to go. But I've come back to London and I said, all right, let me round up the old gang. So I've checked Bionic, I've checked Boiler, I've checked, all right, boom. We have this thing, this is what my man's saying, and he wants to do this record deal with us. Like, last hurrah, innit?
Yeah.
Last hurrah, we might as well pick up this check, innit?
Facts.
Right, so, we signed the deal.
You know what I'm going to ask.
Yeah, I don't know the number, but it was a good number though, still.
Okay,
Like, it was
he knows the number. He's
still.
trying it.
I don't know the exact
He
number,
knows,
but I remember
like,
it was healthy.
right.
We were all right off this thing,
Yeah.
But so and this is the advance of the advance. So we've got half the advance up front. We signed a record. There's another bit of advance to come. And I've said, all right, boom, deal's done. I'm going to Thailand.
Why? Holiday?
Holiday. Going through certain issues back
Right.
in London. I said, fuck this, I'm out. And I went to Thailand for 3 weeks. Me and my brother went. And then like 3 months later, I'm still in Thailand.
Okay, why?
Because Thailand is nice.
I've never been, I heard.
Thailand is nice, bro. It's nice.
Yeah.
Thailand is nice. And so I've come back to England now, and I get called into this meeting in Chelsea Harbour Hotel. Chelsea Harbour Hotel. And I go to this meeting, and it's Tricky and Bionic and another brother. I'm not going to name him. It's not his issue, but he was there. And I'm there with someone else, so I know I got a receipt for what I'm saying. And so Tricky starts talking to me, and he's like, boy, you know, we've kind of reevaluated the thing, and you know, we're not going to do the London Posse album no more. We're going to do this album with Bionic, and he's going to do it with this other guy who's there, and boom, 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 boom. Like, shiesty thing. Blatantly, shiesty thing. I come put the food on the table, now you want to try to cut me out of the food.
Wow.
But actually, if I'm honest with you, I'm not fussed about it. Because I already knew that the energy of this thing is not good.
Right.
We're not even supposed to be in this space together. Really,
Right.
we're not friends like that again.
Right.
You know. So I'm cool. And plus, I've got my thing on cock to go. I've already got a record deal. You that unknown to my thing's already.
Okay.
I put my thing on hold to
And
do
you
this
ain't told
thing.
them that you got the deal?
Nah, because I've put it on hold to come and do this.
Right.
But anyway, so that's the day that London Posse was officially done.
Right.
Yeah. So after that, Bionic's gone on tour. And again, all of this stuff, you could go on YouTube and look it up, there's evidence.
Yeah.
Bionic's now on tour with Tricky. They go and do a tour in America, but no record ever materializes.
Right.
No record ever materializes. Them time now, I've gone into my Rodney P thing. I'm all right. And I've also set up Rhythm Killer by then. I'm releasing my own records. I'm in a new stage of my
But you know
career.
they paid you as a group. They paid you half the advance.
Yeah.
You keep that in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pay back your blood clot. Yeah, of course you keep that.
Thailand, you get me?
So we kept that.
Do you think you spent too long in Thailand then? Because
No,
3 months maybe
nah.
got them lot chatting.
No, I would be there now. I only come back for the work. So I never
Okay.
come back.
Okay.
And I feel like that plan was already man had their own agendas. Innit?
Right.
The man had their own agendas.
Yeah.
What happened is, this is another thing you could look up. So Bionic started touring with Tricky. Yeah, and they're doing old London Posse tunes and shit. And they make a few new tunes that they perform in. Then I don't know the ins and outs of this story. Like, I don't know if you've ever had Nolay here. But what happened is
Nolay's a G.
she's a G and then some.
Okay,
like,
we need
she's
to get
proper.
Nolay.
Like, she's like, out of the girls. Listen, I wouldn't go against Nolay. I don't need that
Nolay
smoke.
is
She's
venomous.
proper, yeah, I understand. But
Yeah.
anyway, Bionic's touring with Tricky doing like, these tunes. Then, I don't know what happened, but I saw Nolay doing the same tour with Tricky, like, doing London Posse songs. She done Gangster Chronicle. Like,
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the ins and
I
outs.
didn't know Nolay went back that far, you
Man,
know.
no, it's back long
I
time.
thought Nolay was just grime.
No, she does her thing still.
Okay.
But and again, you can find that on YouTube. That video's there.
So she's doing your
she's
songs.
doing Gangster Chronicle tunes on tour with Tricky. Them
Right.
times there, I've already diverted. I said I'm out of that.
Is that not pissing you off?
Not in the slightest.
But they're your songs.
Yeah, but you know what? Doing covers of songs that's not a new thing.
Okay.
That just means that people love that song, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're doing your, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, when there's money to collect, like everything's registered. If there's money and publishing to collect, if there's PPL to collect or
Okay,
whatever
so
it is,
you're aware of all the
everything's
music.
yeah.
Okay.
There's money just sitting there getting shafted, bro. Like man, from early when we were 17, 18, 19, we already recognised that this business is a snake pit.
Right.
So man have to be aware of themselves. So, you know. And by then, I've already gone left. I'm doing now what I'm doing my Rodney P thing.
Right.
Different. I've linked up with Skits. We've put out Skits' Countryman album. We're having success with a tune called Dedication.
Right.
Twilight of the Gods. I've got my record out. I've set up the label. I've got my future, my albums out. Things are going well for me. Like, if I'm honest with you, I think the best thing that could have happened at that point was that the London Posse thing crashed.
Yeah.
Because I would have put more energy into that than in the long term it would have deserved.
Yeah.
And I was able to just go and do my thing.
It's still quite underground, would you say, or not?
Yeah, I'm an underground artist. I've had commercial successes, but I'm an underground artist. I always have been, bro.
And then when you're seeing kind of Black Twang, Roots Maneuver, Estelle going more mainstream, does that not make you? Did you not want to try that? Do you get what I'm saying?
Nah, I know all of those people.
I know,
All
of
those
course you
people
know
are
them,
my
and
friends.
props to them all. Estelle's been here, so.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it goes to show where it could have gone if it wasn't under. Do you get what I'm saying?
Like, and I made records with the intention that if they succeed commercially, I'm not anti that.
Right.
But I'm not making records for that.
Right.
And I would say a lot of those people you're saying, I don't believe that Roots Maneuver made a pop record. He made a Roots Maneuver record, and on that record where he had some songs that were able to cross over.
Right.
Same with Estelle, same with anyone. Maybe Estelle had more commercial sensibilities because she signed to a commercial label. But generally, man's just making music. Most of those people you mentioned, they're not making pop records. They're just making records that they like.
Yeah.
And if you know, it may cross over. That was the mindset. I had the same mindset. I'm not afraid of success, and I'm not anti succeeding,
Right.
but I am anti doing something I don't want to do to chase that, which you might never even find.
Yeah.
You flop your whole career and your fan base, and people say, he sold it out because he was trying to find this, and he never found it. Now what are you left with? Like, now I was doing my thing. I've always only ever done my thing, and the fact that I've only ever done my thing is what's led me to these other successes in my career.
Can we talk about the radio show? Does that happen roundabouts now? The one
Yeah,
extra
the radio
thing?
starts 2004 because that's when One Extra kicked off.
Right. So you get the call to what host?
To host the show.
Yeah.
Again, I've never been a radio host. I've never done radio.
Right.
I'm just a personality on the scene.
Yeah.
Skits is a DJ, and we get offered the job to do a radio show
Yeah.
on this new station, One Extra, that we don't really know much about. But it seemed like a really good idea. Maybe we should take this opportunity. Plus, they're paying well.
That's fair.
They're paying well. They were paying well.
BBC money's different.
That was when I had a bit of money already, but that's when I said, all right, I'm buying a house. And that was the end. 2004, in fact, I know it was 2004 because that's the year my son was born. So all this shit happened at the same time.
Right.
And I bought my house the same year my son was born.
Where, in the same area?
I'm in Battersea, like the
area.
newly gentrified Battersea.
The newly
you think?
gentrified, you get me? Man is landed.
Don't
there,
let him fool you with it still, but I ain't, you know what I mean? Man's eating
Okay,
still.
so you get the show.
We get the show.
You get to interview some amazing people. Do you want
Some
to
of the
reel off?
biggest artists.
Who was you interviewing? Even he's going to be shocked now. Watch.
Jay-Z,
Yeah,
Snoop Dogg,
yeah,
50 Cent,
yeah,
Kanye West, Puff Daddy,
yeah.
and then Joe Buddens and everyone. But also, our show was based around promoting the UK music too.
Right.
So our show was it was a hip hop show that played hip hop from across the world, but we were really pushing new artists coming out as well.
Is Westwood still on radio at this time?
He's still on radio, but
Radio
he's not what he was by then. But he's still very much on radio. He's the big dog by then. He's done Pimp My Ride, and he's the caricature.
Right.
He's the Ali G by then. Like he's very much the caricature Westwood by then.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you with Westwood now?
Now or then?
Now.
Fuck Westwood, man. Fuck Westwood. You know, Westwood is a disrespectful brother, yeah?
What?
Like, Westwood was a big part of the growth of the UK hip-hop scene in the early
Correct.
days. So I'm not going to try and rewrite history.
Right.
Like, in terms of helping grow this scene, Westwood was a big part of that. But
Right.
Westwood's a pussy, yo, because what Westwood does is he chases the youth man vibes.
What
He
do you
chases
mean?
the youth man vibes. So he's not staunch, he's not solid. He doesn't, what Westwood did is try to deny that he was ever part of the UK hip-hop scene so he could suck the dick of them youth there who was coming up after. That's what he done. So in terms of the little road youths, the grime youths, the road rap youths, how he moved into their space. And remember, when Westwood was on the scene with us, he was already an old man.
Right.
So when I'm 16, 17, 18, Westwood's coming up to 30.
Right.
So by the time I'm now grown, I'm hitting my 30s. How old is Westwood? But you're dealing with the youths who are younger than me. That's what he was dealing with. And in a disrespectful level, I remember he was interviewing gigs. He was interviewing gigs, and he was asking gigs out, who do you know from out the old school, boom, boom, boom. And gigs would say, well, I know a couple, man. I know your Black Twang. I know Rodney P. And Westwood said something very disrespectful to me for no reason. No reason, just to try and be funny. Just about something, again, you know what, my memory is not good.
Right.
But he said, it's on YouTube. He said, so I can't remember what he said, but he said something dumb.
Right.
And I took it for how you meant it, but it was a disrespectful thing. So from there, me and Westwood, I ain't got no time for this.
Okay.
So I never had much time for him before that, but that relationship was dead long time. But that disrespect, nah.
I got to be devil's advocate here.
Yeah, go on.
If you're seen as a pioneer in that scene, surely you've got to chase the next thing in order to
as a
order
DJ,
to sustain
yeah, as
your.
a DJ,
so
you
therefore,
do. But that
messing
doesn't
with
mean
the
you
youth-
disrespect what came before, especially if you were part of it. So
Right.
what Westwood, to my mind, does is he's chasing the youths. And in doing that, you're disrespecting the elders. Now, you don't have to disrespect no one to stay current. You don't have to disrespect no one to do that.
But so by him bringing in the youths, he automatically disrespects.
I'm not saying bringing
Sorry,
in the
go
youths.
on.
You're getting me wrong,
Go
bro.
on.
We're supposed to bring in the youths. I've got a radio show. I just said
That's
to you.
right, yeah.
Our thing is about promoting the youths and what's
Yeah.
coming up on the hip hop scene.
Yeah.
Not as necessarily the road scene or the drill scene, but what's coming up behind us.
Right.
We're pushing that.
Right.
Yeah. Westwood as a DJ has the same job.
Right.
You're to stay up to date and know what's coming next,
Yeah.
but you don't have to do that at the expense of the people you helped build their career. Westwood helped my career.
Yeah.
For you to then come disrespect me and my career because you want to impress the kids, you're a pussy for that.
Is this that gig statement that?
That is an individual statement that I can point to, but that's what he did generally and not just to me. Where there got to be a point when in Westwood's show, Westwood would bring on UK artists for the last 15 minutes of his show, and you get a one spin of his tune, and you might. And the disrespect grew over the years. I remember a time I took Klashnikov to Capital Radio. Them times Westwood still on Capital Radio, and Klashnikov was vexed, and he was right.
What?
He's disrespecting us. How come I'm sitting there in the foyer? The show finishes at midnight, and now it's 1:45, and I'm still in the foyer. Then that's the kind of shit that Westwood would do to English artists across the board. As much as he would make out that he's showing love, you're not showing no love, bruv. Them time there, you're sucking the dick of any UK artist that come. You would open up the floodgates for them. But this scene
Any
that's
American
here,
artists, you mean?
any American,
Right.
you open up the floodgates for them. But any of the UK man, them, you're not supporting them. You're not supporting them. So the scene was already mad at Westwood. Then the grime thing comes out and the drillers come out and they're succeeding. Westwood supports them because of the success they're having, not because he helped to build it. They built their own success. So now he's chasing them to say, let me be part. I'll open up my house. We'll do the MC things in my. I think that's all like, again, you have to support what's coming next, but you don't do it at the expense of what's already been there.
Okay. As someone in radio yourself,
Yeah.
you know the producers and time can be a factor.
Yeah.
Could that have just been a thing?
No.
Because
No. I know Westwood well enough to know that
and
he.
sorry to counter this, but I feel like I got to because he's not here, right? Some may say, well, at least you're getting 15, 20 minutes on a Radio 1
Okay.
station,
You
which
know
is
what? No,
which is
okay.
a big station.
You know what?
So he's still keeping it alive.
I'm not
Okay,
accepting
go
that.
on.
If I believed that the UK artists and the UK music being made didn't deserve to be put in the mix.
Right.
If I believed that, I'd say, child, we were making shit music at the time.
Right.
Like, I can get it. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And so, and I also don't believe that Westwood had the constraints of his producers. Like, Westwood is the controller of his
okay,
show.
yeah.
Westwood
I
picks
can
what
only
he's
speculate,
playing.
yeah.
I can tell you that. Westwood don't have a boss in the DJ booth. He's playing what he wants. Or I ain't even going to go. But, he's doing what he wants.
Right.
So, no, I don't accept that. I think Westwood was extremely disrespectful in the way he handled the scene that he helped to build.
He did have a lot of pressure on his shoulders, though.
Westwood's pressure.
Okay.
You create your own pressure.
I don't want to get into this now, but I've got to
Yeah,
maintain
no, you
some
gotta-
type
you gotta
of
stay-
balance.
you gotta
And
stay
because
balanced, I
he's
hear
not
you.
here. But I can imagine
Yeah, I heard he's in Nigeria doing a cookery show or something.
everything was on his shoulders. He was leading a scene. So unless I can get him in and speak about it.
Well, okay, I'm gonna give you that, bro.
I don't know.
You know what? I'm not really here to be cussing, man. Anyway.
Yeah, no,
I
fair
really
enough.
came here with every intention
no.
of not saying nothing
Right.
bad about no
Right,
one.
That's fine.
But
let's
that particular brother,
right.
no.
Let's put a pin in that. When you're interviewing like your Jay-Z's and all that, how is that for you? Do you know what I mean?
It's really good, man.
Like,
it's really good. Like, again, I never expected to be no radio DJ.
Right.
At the time, I'm still an artist. So our show ran for like 5-6 years. And in the whole of that time, I was still an artist. I'm still on tour. I'm still performing. Plus now I'm taking on these BBC commitments as well, which opened up new lanes for me. I'm glad for it. Got to do these radio docs. Again, the radio docs took me on different journeys. Took me to, I did a documentary about South Africa 10 years after apartheid. I never knew that this UK hip hop thing was going to take me there, but it did.
Amazing.
So I'm thankful to the opportunities that doing this job within the BBC gave me. But even while we was doing it, I never thought it was going to be forever. We had a 3-year contract. We ended up doing like 5-6 years.
Right.
Those additional years I'm thankful for.
Sure.
But it was never the end goal for me to be a radio DJ.
Sure.
That was never my end goal.
Who was your best interview? Like, who was it you really wanted to meet? And you know what I mean? What ones are your top 3?
I tell you what, they flew us out to the south of France.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They flew me. And
Just me.
producer, Neil.
No one else.
They flew me and Neil Hinchley. We went to the south of France to
Right.
interview OutKast. That was special because it was, you know what I mean? Everything laid out. We were crisp on that.
Yeah.
I remember interviewing Kanye West.
Yeah.
And
Is this college dropout Kanye West?
yeah, early days Kanye West. But you could see from them, this guy is a funny guy. Cool. I remember him as being cool as fuck. But I was aware of the fact that we ordered some West Indian food in. Like, so we had some West Indian food. And we were kind of eating an interview. And then what I was aware with him is that every time you turn the mic on to record, he became Kanye West.
Right.
He became Kanye in
switched it.
front of you. They switched. And then he back and he's just cool and normal. And then boom, back into Kanye West.
Right.
And what I feel with him is like, this is just an opinion of someone who doesn't know him and has never spent that much time around him. But what I saw in those moments was what it feels like to me now. You got lost in Kanye West, bro. You didn't know how to snap back out no more.
Right.
You just got stuck in the Kanye West persona.
Right.
That's kind of what I feel when I see all the antics now. I mean, he's a billionaire. He doesn't care about my opinion. But yeah, that was the eye-opener.
OutKast, Kanye, and who else?
Best interviews. I'll tell you, I did a series of interviews. So this was Rodney P meets.
Right.
And I did Puffy, Jermaine Dupri, Terrence Howard. You know Terrence Howard, the actor. Terrence Howard.
He's talking a lot right now.
And a couple other people. Again, let's check the archives. And they were all interesting.
Yeah.
Because like Terrence Howard is a very different
He's
kind
been
of brother.
talking some knowledge
From
still.
a long time. Remember my interview, when did I stop being on One Extra? This is years ago.
Right.
And he was always,
Doing that
man
then.
would say on some space cadet thing, but I would say that he just had a different perspective on
Absolutely.
shit.
Yeah.
50 Cent was cool. 50 Cent was cool. A lot, man.
And then the Jay-Z one, how did that come about?
Jay-Z,
Where was that?
we were doing, me and Skits hosted, or helped host, there was a big benefit in Wembley that the UN put on.
Right,
So it was Jay-Z, Beyonce, Alicia Keys,
right.
whole heap of people. So it was part of that. And it was cool. But who I remember the most from doing that was Alicia Keys. I remember seeing her in the car park under Wembley with her mum.
Right.
And she was so cool. So cool. And you don't know what to expect with a lot of these big artists.
Yeah.
Right? But she was cool. I also remember meeting Diana Ross.
That's big.
I remember meeting Diana Ross outside the backstage door at Brixton Academy.
Right.
And we were young them time. They were like, chat Diana Ross. You know what I mean? own business, but you know what I mean? We're feeling ourselves.
Of course.
And then just unexpectedly, she stepped out of the door just in her jeans and a jacket. And we're just there smoking. And again, she was so cool. And we just turned into like, Dino Ross, you know? The whole energy switch. You get me? Like, there's simple, like, there's a lot of those kind of moments. I remember meeting Roy Ayers as well. Just like, and him just being cool. For me, a lot of people remember the people they met that were fuckery.
Of course.
But I remember the ones like these people, like, wow, imagine the opportunity of me. I remember when I didn't ever get to meet him, but we had conversation when I met John Holt. A lot of you young people don't know who John Holt is, but he's a legend in the reggae music. Like, he's the man who bust man like Bob Marley and them man. The Bob Marley and them man come behind Bob Holt. Bob Holt is a man that my mum... John Holt. Bob Holt.
Man, had to just
John Holt, thank you for the correction.
You see the comments are going to go mad.
Yeah. I appreciate the correction. But that's someone my mum grew up listening to.
Sure
like,
thing.
And when I got the opportunity to talk to him, and we got a tune to record, you can check it. We got a tune together. You can check that online as well. It's called the Urban Ganja Farmers tune.
Right.
And getting the opportunities to speak with them man there and them man to say, yeah, we like what you're going on with and agree to do what we're doing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. So, yeah, I mean, the music has opened up so many lanes and alternative avenues about things that I never imagined could be achieved when I first started doing my little rapping thing with my friends.
So when the show ended, how'd that make you feel? Because you're fully in there, you're with everyone. You're actually needed. Your face is needed. You are the face of hip hop, British UK hip hop.
I don't know about the face, but
well,
yeah, you know what? I'm not going to pretend I wasn't gutted.
Right.
But I was prepared because I knew this wasn't the end game.
Okay.
I knew this wasn't.
Why did it end? Was it just a certain time?
They reshuffle.
Yeah, they always do that.
To my mind, if I'm honest with you, when we signed on to One Extra, me and Skits, One Extra, the tagline was the home of black music. I know they had to fight for that tagline. The home of black. Just the word black, it seems to drive people insane.
Right.
And I don't mean this as a disrespect to no one, but I feel like by the time it come to that level of shake around, One Extra was finding ways to become more commercial.
Right.
And that's what they did. And we were, as I always say, we was an underground show. We're playing hip hop, but we're not doing a show like Westwood's doing or a show like whoever, or like Charlie's doing. We're doing a hip hop show, but we're throwing in like stuff like that Dynamite MC from the Full Cycle crew from Bristol, who's a jungle MC, but he's hip hop tunes. Or we're doing, like, we was one of the early people to play the Dizzee Rascal, I Love You, because it sounded different.
Right.
And we haven't, it's not locked in, this Grime thing's not locked in yet, but this is interesting music. This is UK MC culture. And we're promoting artists like Jest and Genesis Elijah and Task Force and these groups that ain't getting played in the BBC. We're part of that too. So,
but you're giving these artists a platform.
But
the
we're
ones
giving
that
them a
don't
platform.
have an
they
avenue.
don't have no platform, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So when we, lost our position, the ground shifted.
Right.
The ground shifted in terms of what One Extra was doing. But again, because of the relationships I've built during that time, I was able to continue on that road, start making some other documentaries, some other radio docs. I've still got the label running. I'm still working as an artist. I'm busy as an artist. Man's doing excessive amount of work down there. Like, like I say, I'm paying my mortgage off the back of this rapping thing and nothing else. Like,
the mortgage is paid off by now, innit? Better see everything you get me. Let's have it right. You shady man. Okay, cool. Who's the best rappers of all time in your mind?
Best rappers of all time?
Yeah. Give me your top three.
Fucking
no? It's all mad.
It's going to change every day, but KRS-One would be one.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say the best rappers. Best rappers, we take that best. That's not a subject. Like, whoever could be the best rapper. Important rappers for me. KRS-One.
Yeah.
Chuck D from Public Enemy, because I think Public Enemy for me was the most important group in hip hop.
I need Flavor Flav here. That would be the best thing ever. Go on.
I need an up-to-date rapper. I tell you who. Shit, I don't even know, bruv. Like.
Yeah.
That's two I give you. KRS-One, Chuck D from Public Enemy as a group.
Yeah.
Everyone can always say rock him. Up to date, man. I'm trying. What's mine? J Electronica's Wicked MC.
Yeah.
There's so many of them, man. There's so many, and you put me on the spot. I don't
Sorry,
know,
I put you
but
on the spot.
like there's a lot.
So
I think Gets is walking that path of being one of the greats. I think Gets, like, I wasn't really a fan of early Grime MC.
How do you think Gets one of the greatest?
Now he is. Like, I think the early Grime.
Okay, so let's talk about Grime when Grime come in. How do you feel about that?
I thought it was.
Is it all foreign to you?
I thought it was interesting.
Right. What? That's a very vague answer. What is interesting?
I thought it had energy that I liked.
Right.
But I didn't think the MCs were up to it.
Right.
Like, I've said this before, and I don't want no one to take offence.
Right.
But the first time I heard the Wiley versus Kano battle in Jammer's Basement,
yeah.
I said, "What is this shit?"
Okay.
I thought, this is rubbish.
Right.
Like, Kane. Then, as the progression came on, Wiley, for me, is one of my favourite MCs. Kano became Kano. You know, Gets, who was an angry MC, became one of the best lyricists. And Devlin, like you've mentioned before, there was a whole slew of MCs from that generation who had this energy that they were able to focus and become some of the best MCs we've had, like, for facts. But like, there's this whole UK American thing that's happening right now. I don't know when you're putting this out.
Yeah, go on then. Let's have it right. Go on then. So Skepta's gone for, I think, Joyner Lucas.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Like, firstly, do you think he should have even gone for America like that? do you think that was a wise thing to do?
I think I don't live in them man's head. Yeah?
Right.
But I think when Skepta came up with that, I'm sinning for UK MCs.
American MCs.
Yeah. I thought it was a brilliant bit of PR.
Right.
And what he did was, I'm going to clash ASAP Rocky. JME is going to clash someone else they nominate. It was like Skepta and his friends are going to have a battle with some American artists who are their friends. I ain't knocking that. Go on and do your thing. That's a good hustle. But it quickly became something else.
Just put a pin in that though.
Yeah.
Can they really test these American rappers?
Who? Skepta and yeah. Within their circle.
With boy better know.
Within their circle. So if you're doing that ASAP Rocky thing and it's them kind of rappers.
Eminem's name.
That's all dumb, man. That's all dumb. Drop me out of them conversations.
No, but I'm saying Skepta was saying that first.
He wants to clash Eminem?
Before Big I think he said someone could clash Eminem.
Though?
I can't remember.
I think there's English rappers who could clash Eminem, but I don't think it's a commercial grime rapper. But there are UK artists who could do that.
Who?
For sure. Oh, like there's a lots of fast tongue MCs there. Going for Eminem, I would say a man like maybe an Ocean Wisdom. If you're talking about, and we're talking about not success, how many records you sold, but MC skills. If you're going for Nas, you send a Kalashnikov. If you're going for one of them to the left white boy rappers, you send a Task Force or a Skinny Man. You stay, like, there's MCs here who can match up. But like I said, Skepta was like, this is me and my friends, and this is who we want to clash from your team.
Yeah.
Like, and I get that. It's a hustle. I could do that. I could go and say, these are my 10 friends, and we want to clash 10 rappers.
Yeah.
Like, but it became US versus UK.
Right.
And then it became, how can the Grime man then be representing the UK in a hip hop battle? And I understand that.
I think Giggs was saying that as well. Grime man shouldn't really be doing that. Your thoughts on that? Because Grime man can spit, bro. Chipmunk can spit. I mean, Gets, if Gets in his bag, it's a problem for everyone, bro.
Yeah, agreed.
Do you know what I'm
this
saying?
is where, fuck's sake. Here's my thing, yeah? I've had this conversation and I get it in the neck from both sides. Yeah?
Right.
In my opinion, as the man who's been here the longest,
forefather.
Yeah, the man that say I'm the Godfather, and I'm going to take that for no other reason than I've been here the longest.
Right.
And I've seen the most changes in the scene. I'm going to take it. Now, in my humble opinion, I think Grime is probably the purest form of UK hip hop that's ever existed.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is what I said to you earlier. To my mind, hip hop is the gumbo, isn't it? You throw everything in the pot, mix it up, and see what comes out. When Grime came out, they took all the elements that we had from hip hop. The reggae, the hip hopping, the DJing, the delivery, the sound clashing, all of those things. But they also had garage, jungle, acid house, all of these other things to throw into the pot.
Yeah.
Give it a new mix, zoom.
Right.
Got grime thing. But enough of these kids who make grime don't know where them elements come from. So when I say that, they want to stab me in the neck for that. And enough of the hip hop man say, no, hip hop is this pure thing. You can't, grime is something different. And I get it in the neck from both sides. But that's what I think. The only limitation I see on grime is the 140 BPM thing.
Yeah.
That was the only limitation on grime.
Right.
But in terms of how the artists develop through the grime scene, as we've mentioned, some of the man became the best MCs UK's ever had.
Big Zoo recently went for Eminem. Would you like to pass comment?
Nah, I'm not a standard. But you know, big up Zoo, can't knock your hustle, bro. You look good on the TV, doing your thing.
Yeah.
Go on and do your thing.
And,
but that was a pure. Maybe it was even just having a giggle, but it didn't make. That ain't it, brother. That ain't it.
Since then, fresh off the press, Mike Righteous has gone for Zoo.
I saw that.
It's becoming something else now. People are going for each other.
But like, is the reason Mike Righteous is going for Big Zoo because he takes offence at Big Zoo going for Eminem?
I don't know. I can only presume, perhaps. I don't know if they've got history. I'm speaking to Mike Righteous actually. So
okay, well, I mean, this is hip hop. It's a sport, isn't it? MC sport. Here's the thing. Big Zoo sent for Eminem. I never saw no response coming in. But if you're able to send for man, you got to be prepared for man to send for you. And it's just is what it is.
Is that begging it, going for Eminem? Really?
But, yeah.
Is that are you chasing the
I never
clout
expected to hear no response from Eminem at any point.
Right.
It's like I don't expect Nas to respond to Jim Jones in that.
Oh, go on. Let's talk about that. Actually.
There's the thing where Jim Jones
I've
saying
seen
he's
it.
like,
so has Jim Jones got any credibility saying that?
Not to my man. I'm sure there's younger people who say, well, there was a window when Dipset was the thing. But even within Dipset, I don't think Jim Jones was one of the leading lights.
Right.
It was Jules and Cam.
Yeah.
You get me? But Jim Jones had a couple big tunes. But when you're looking at Jim Jones compared to Nas, it doesn't. There's no comparison to be made at all. And
then have you heard the Joyner Lucas stuff at Skepta?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's all a bit like.
Who's winning that in your opinion?
I ain't even thought about it that deeply to think. Like I think Skepta's second record was a diss record, battle record.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where the first Joyner Lucas. It's all a bit light to me, bro. It's all a bit light. I kind of suspect that they're all mates. That's the feeling I get. You're all mates, and this is a good bit of PR.
Oh, right, okay.
And, you know, I don't know that. I've never had a conversation with them, but that's what it feels like to me.
But if there were the Avengers of UK and USA rap, there was 5 and 5.
Yeah.
Who is winning that? Be honest.
I think that the Americans would win it, and not necessarily because they're better MCs, but because they have more success. And like, whose catalogue are you going to put up? All right, we're saying, who are we picking? Who are these MCs? Jay-Z, Nas, Eminem, who else? OutKast, and whoever the fuck else.
Yeah.
Who's beating their catalogue from the UK? Who's got a catalogue to match
I'm not talking about catalogue, I'm talking about battling. Diss records. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, man, then we can do that. We can.
Yeah?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah?
Like, it's the same thing. How well do you know
Do you think
the
the
household
UK's
name?
hungrier? Do you get what I'm saying? You know when you're hungry for it.
There's an element of that. There's an element of that. But I'm saying, if we could just strip it all the way back, like you've never heard of none of them, you've never heard of none of these, and just put them in a room and say, right, rap for your life. England has got MCs that could do that.
Yeah.
There's English MCs who could clash. And you have to bear in mind that some of your most successful rappers and artists ain't built for clashing. Like, I'll tell you straight, I'm not a clasher artist. And I used to do my little rap battles in the 80s and 90s. We used to do that because that's part of the sport.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a hip hop thing. So I get that, you know, man clash in the rap thing. But a lot of them, man, there's not built for clashing. I'm not built for clashing.
I'm not paying attention until Get stands up, bro. If Get starts talking, then I'm like,
okay. If you're sending for your top man, send for your top man.
Now you got my attention.
I need for that clash to make any sense to me. I need Gets and I need Nolay. That's my starting block.
Yeah.
If I got Nolay, I know she would spin them girl there, and I know Gets lyrically.
Yeah.
His pen game is high.
It's
you understand?
Top tier.
So, and both of them people come from out the grime scene.
Yes.
But I wouldn't be restricted to the grime scene. There'll be other artists from like the UK hip hop, man. That you can send for them, man.
You mentioned earlier some names. I just want to give them their flowers. Skinny Man, big contribution. K-Lash, big contribution. I just wanted to put that out there. Like
Chester P, Farmer G.
Yeah. They've had amazing careers.
Big up DJ Devastator, the Demon Boyz. Big up.
Do you think you guys were just too early with it, before your time?
Yes,
yeah.
I do. I honestly do believe that.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that in terms of, if we would have you know, it's a success thing. No, the technology never existed for us to succeed the way these youths are living now. I'm talking about the music and the point of view and the voice that we brought to it. Yeah, we were ahead of the time. In fact, we are not in these times now. These times don't exist unless we were in that window of time to help push the thing forward.
If that technology existed then, do you think it would be a lot more different? Social media?
Yeah, everything would be different, but that doesn't mean it would be better.
Right. Are you happy that it happened then?
I can't not be happy because it's the reality. And so I'm not going to be sad about what the reality is. And I'm all right, you know. Like I don't drive, like, you know, I don't wear the jewels where man's got. I don't wear those jewels. No. I don't drive a fucking, you know, Bentley Jeep. But, you know what I mean? I'm all right. My youth, them are eating and, like, you know, I got these bards. You know what I mean? I can rap. My house is good. Like,
but you do wear your own brand of t-shirt that you don't want to bring to me.
I'm gonna get you next time. Yeah, you know, merchandising is all part of the hustle as well. Like, check me online, rodneyp.co.uk.
Right, can we talk about this new project?
Yeah, new music.
You got a new EP.
Yeah.
What was the thought behind that? Is it just time?
Just time.
It just
because I can.
Because I love that. I fucking love that. Yeah. The title, sir, what's the title called?
Born to Fly. It's the Born to Fly EP. There's 4 tracks and an extended remix of one of the tunes. I got some guests on there. I got Harry Shutter on there. I got Carousel MC from Bristol. I got Courtney John, who's an international reggae artist. Right. And I got Ramon Judah, who's another reggae artist. Yeah. Chrissy Chris produced one of the tunes. Urban Monk and Skits are the other producers on there.
That's out now?
That's out right now, yeah.
I was checking out some tunes yesterday. Thank you for that. Why an EP again? Like, I mean,
I just wanted
a lot of people don't want to drop EPs. They say it's a single world, single market.
Who's this rules thing? Fuck the rules. Like, I wanted some music out. It's been a while since I put out some music. Yeah. I didn't want one tune. I said, let me just put out some tunes. Yeah. And so that's what I did. I could have put out an album.
That's
I could have put out 8.
Like you could have gone album, really. Yeah. Like 5, you could have just done.
But you know what? I could put out an album. But 2 weeks time is the turnaround. I could have put out an album in 2 weeks. I don't want to. Like, I'm gonna give the audience some new music. And and the stage where I'm in now in my career, I don't feel the restraints of having to follow no rules.
Of course.
Like, I'm not a new artist being introduced to the scene. I have a fan base. Yeah. I have a way of reaching my fan base. And I can do it because I want to. There's no commercial restraints on me. I don't have to sell, 500,000 copies or make, 2.5 million streams in a week because someone else has paid for my project. My project I do. It's on Rhythm Killer Records. That's mine. Like, I'm the boss of mine.
What is that like pressure-wise, just having that freedom? Is it great just to...
The pressure of it is getting it all done when so much of it is on your own shoulders. Right. I take the responsibility on my own shoulders. Plus, I have other artists that I work with who I make commitment to do the best job I can on their project. So that's where the work is, because you can't afford. I can afford to flop my whole project, but I can't afford to flop his if I put my word on that. You feel me? So that's kind of what it is. And I'm enjoying it as well. I'm enjoying working with other artists more than me being the sole focus. Working with other people.
Are there any UK artists that kind of slipped under the radar for you or just slipped through your hands? Because it appears like you have the lineage, the heritage to kind of speak to people. Or anyone you wanted to work with that didn't happen?
No, not really.
No?
There's lots of people who I see their careers and I support it in the ways that I can.
Yeah.
Not everything's hands-on. I'm also an artist in my own right, so I have to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do as an artist. Yeah. But I do think it's important that as a scene, we help connect and build and create some pathways. Isn't it?
When you say that, there's a song on there with Harry Shutter, which is kind of drum and bass orientated. You're obviously touching these other lanes.
I always have, bro. Yeah. There's never been a time when I haven't.
There was I got a sense from you earlier, you were very...
I was staunchly hip-hop.
I'm gonna just do hip-hop.
Yeah.
So I can see you've expanded your radar.
Yeah, but my hip-hop was always hip-hop reggae. So Rodney P, even London Posse, you would say predominantly we were hip-hop reggae artists because we reflected the lifestyle and the attitude of the London that we grew up in, which was a hip-hop and a reggae and an R&B and a boogie thing, like house and... You know what I mean? It was that thing, and that's what we reflected.
Would London Posse ever reform, or is that done for you?
You know what? We reformed. So London Posse is officially done. It doesn't exist no more.
Right.
But we did reform like about 5 years ago. So we did a UK tour
Love that.
Bionic lives in Ghana now, so Bionic came over. We did a tour. It was good. It was well you know, represented. People came out. People loved it. And there's always a possibility that we might do that again.
Yeah.
Like the door's not closed, but it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not swung open. But
And are you touring soon? What's going on? You touring the EP or?
yeah, I'm looking to get out, do some shows. I mean, really, I've been out of the loop. Like, honestly, I've been out of the loop. I wasn't feeling the music thing for a minute.
For how long?
Few years. I've been getting real life kicks in, like, you know, the reality kicks in.
Such as, what do you mean? Family?
Yeah, family, health, fucking
How was your health, sir?
trauma. Now it's good. It's good, but I've been through the mill, to be honest.
What happened, if you don't mind?
There's epilepsy. I got epilepsy.
Okay, I didn't know.
And it came on quite badly. But,
okay.
We're good now. We're good.
And
Like, I don't drive for that reason because
Right.
you know there was a time I was having a lot of seizures.
Right.
But that's done, and I'm now at a place where I can legally drive again because if there's a certain window that if you haven't had a seizure, boom, 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 boom.
Is this the light sensitive?
No, it's not that one.
Okay, cool.
No, it's not that one.
Because you're obviously in raves and I'm thinking, hold
Yeah,
on, how does that work?
that couldn't work out for me, but no, I don't have that one. Thankfully.
Okay.
I have a few different types of epilepsy, which was the problem. It wasn't one type. I was getting hit with these different types at the same time.
Right.
But that's under control.
Okay,
now,
so you're back out touring.
Yeah, looking to get back on the road.
And how do you see the social media world now? Are you kind of all for it, or do you think it's a cheat code for some people?
You can't be not for it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a cheat code. You just have to learn what the code is. Like, I think everything exists in and of its time.
Right.
And I know, like, again, I talk to lots of people of my generation who say they sound like they're mad at the youths, like, because the youths have all this new stuff and like, you know, just the music's not so good and and I'm just like, allow the youth them, let them do their thing, innit? Like, you're not supposed to like it. If youths were making music that me at big age that I'm at now was saying, yeah, that's the thing, they're making shit music. Because they need to do their thing for their time that represents their window in this universe. You get me? And it's not supposed to sound like what we was doing.
So when you hear things like drill, is that just noise?
Drill's not for me. I wouldn't even say it's just noise. I think within the drill scene there are some creative young artists, but a lot of it is that's just fucking nonsense to me. But that's not being made for me.
Yeah.
If I was 18, I'd probably be excited as the next 18-year-old who loves drill is. The same way when I was 18 and I'm saying this new Run DMC record is wicked, and my uncles or my mum or whoever saying, what is this foolishness that you're listening to? That's the reality of it. So stop being mad at the youths, but the youths have to stop being so disrespectful to their elders. But if your elders ain't taught you nothing, what do you respect them for?
Do you think the UK doesn't give you your flowers and respect that you deserve? Because I definitely feel like that. You don't have to.
I can't. That's not for me to say,
not for
bro.
you to- okay.
Like, no one ain't gonna give you no respect or flowers that you think you deserve.
Sure.
If they don't think you deserve it.
Yeah.
And now there's a lot of these youths who have never heard of me.
Yeah.
And I can't expect them to see me and say, "Oh, you're Rodney P. You're the great man. Da, 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 da. You deserve your flowers and
Yeah.
respect." If you've never even heard of me, you don't know what I've done. And part of the problem I find with a lot of the older generation is that we never handed the baton over in any real constructive way.
What do you mean?
For the youth, there's a big window where the youth it's like the youth them felt like they had to press the reset button.
Right.
There's this UK hip hop thing, then there's this jungle thing, and there's this garage thing, and all of it is interesting, but none of it represents how the youth them are feeling in their housing estate or on their road or on their ends. It's not really touching that feeling. Garage is a bit shiny suited. The jungle thing is a bit, you know, drug induced. The hip hop thing turned into flipping, you know, clouds and furies and some rapping thing. None of it really represented what these young people are feeling. And then grime came, and that was a pressing of the reset.
So
button.
that there is,
To my
because
mind.
when I'm sitting with people, it appears that people want to talk about the first grime, the start. Grime appears to have started everything, right?
Well, yeah.
But what I'm saying is, when you look at Rodney P, that's bullshit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
It started from Rodney P.
No, I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take
You
that.
have to take it, but it's those type of people, your Rodney P's, that actually
But remember,
didn't
there's
run
a scene
rap
here.
in an American
There's a
accent.
scene here that predates me.
Right.
We are a turning point. But
Okay.
we don't get to my point without the building bricks that helped me get to
Facts.
there. So,
But British accent, I think, is a
a huge point. Yeah, it is.
point.
It is.
It's fucking huge.
Yeah, it is.
Because that is your own identity.
Yeah.
That is taking it somewhere it's never been
Yeah.
taken before.
Yeah.
And that's you.
Yeah, well, me and my friend then.
Yeah.
Not me one, not
But-
as an individual, but yeah.
But let's have it right. And
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it's our fault that we don't educate or talk about this enough. Do you get me?
Well,
People are quick
let
to
me
go,
say
I don't know,
this.
Wiley started
That's
grinding
why
and
that's why I don't like Westwood, because it's the job of these so-called gatekeepers to make sure them stories are passed down. And like,
Well, maybe it's the job of all of us to do it.
It is all of us. It is all of us. But if there's only access to, we got 6 hours a week on the radio.
Yeah.
And those 6 hours are spread out between 2 different man, maybe 3 different man. It's on them man to make sure that that story is delivered correctly. And if you just say, I'm erasing that part, and I'm not, that didn't even exist, you ain't doing that. You ain't
hear
doing
that.
no justice.
But there is also a pressure to try and keep current in it, because that is what radio's about, innit?
Yeah, but you know what? Like we're talking about flowers and respect.
Yeah.
The man them who get their flowers and are respected are the man them who actually stand for something. And I would like to think that's what I'm worth, some flowers and respect.
Oh, you definitely stand for something.
I stand on my square and I do
You've been
my
standing
thing.
on your square, yeah, regardless. Okay, I appreciate that. I'm just gonna go through this bit and we're done. This is AI asking you questions, okay? So I'll put in who is Rodney P, okay? And
Right, what does it say?
AI, I'm gonna read it out. I haven't actually read it, but it's usually
should be
good.
interesting.
You don't have to answer them. Some of them you probably answered already, okay? But yeah, do you feel the UK hip hop scene has sold out to commercial trends in order to stay relevant?
No.
Okay.
I think the UK hip hop scene is an underground scene that's probably healthier now than it's been for many, many years. And just because you ain't heard of the artists don't mean they don't exist. And I'm not earning and eating and touring off the back of their shit. Just because all you hear about is what One Extra plays or what Capital Extra plays doesn't mean that's all that exists. Far from it.
You pioneered rapping in a British accent. Does it? Look, I'm reading it word for word. Does it piss you off when newer artists still try to sound American? I don't think anyone even does anymore.
I think there's some new artists who do that.
Oh,
again still.
swear?
I've been seeing that still.
Right, so does
But
it?
it doesn't piss me off. It makes me laugh at them.
Okay.
And it feels like we've taken a step backward. But you know what I mean? I ain't trying to knock the hustle, but it feels the way it felt back in 1980 something. Dumb.
Is Grime just a watered down version of what London Posse was already doing decades ago? Whoa.
No, it's similar. Honestly, I think there's more similarities between what we were doing then and what Grime became. I've said before in an interview that in a lot of ways, London Posse may well have been a Grime act if we came out in that window, just because of the energy Grime had, as opposed to what was coming out through the jungle and the UK garage scene. But I also got to mention there's a major bridge in this, which is groups like So Solid.
Right.
You know, those groups
Yeah.
are kind of, and So Solid was a group that I considered, they came from like the UK garage thing, but I always kind of considered them a hip hop group.
Yeah.
More rather than a UKG group,
Yeah.
which they were, Boy Better Knows,
Yeah.
and they were UKG groups and
Right.
Grime groups. I always felt like So Solid was a hip hop group that kind of leaned, you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
they was a big bridge in the thing.
We have this talk about the first ever Grime record with loads of people. We have
Oh, I don't know.
arguments
I don't know. I couldn't-
all the
I couldn't
time. But
tell
I'm
you.
saying it's good that you mentioned Soul Solid because they're actually mentioned in that a lot. Have you ever felt sabotaged by the British music industry because you were too real?
Yes.
Do you think UK rappers today understand or even care about the foundations you laid?
I don't think they care much, no.
Yeah.
I think there's a generation, so like when I'm performing as a solo artist as Rodney P through the 2000s into the early noughties, whatever the fuck they call it, that still remained. The distance was close enough to look back. I think now, since the reset button, they're not looking back that far. That's why I'm glad to get an invitation to a show like this.
Come on, man. We'd love to see you out here. Who in the UK scene is all hype and no substance, in your opinion?
In the UK scene,
Yeah, you can swerve this if you want. AI tries a little stirring thing. You get me?
all
I've
hype and
noticed.
no substance. I can't even think of
Alright.
who that is, to be honest.
Why do you think Black British artists still struggle for global recognition compared to African American artists?
I think a big part of it is the fact that we speak English. I think when we started out as UK hip hop groups, part of what we had, our music, still to this day, and you remember them times it's physical copies, not online. But when we go outside of the UK, it's just foreign language. So when we're in France and Germany and Italy and Greece, we're as foreign as American music. So in the early days of UK hip hop, what a lot of people may not realize is that we were actually selling more records in Germany and France and maybe even Australia than we were selling in England those times. and we were successful in England, but these foreign audiences were bigger because they didn't have homegrown scenes yet. You know, and all of this music is imported music, so we can go against whoever the latest American rapper being imported is, because we're just being imported.
Yeah.
Because those scenes, the French rap weren't big yet, German rap weren't big yet. Once those scenes had their own artists, everything else changed. Because now the biggest selling German rapper is German.
Yeah.
The biggest selling French rapper is French. In England, we're still competing with American artists who are getting massive pushes from huge multi-global labels. You know? So that's been part of it, the accent.
Have you ever had to dumb down your message just to get airplay or funding?
No.
What do you make of white rappers dominating UK rap charts now? Cultural appreciation or cultural theft?
Can be a bit of both, but we have to recognise the fact it's England where we live in, and England is a white people's country. So the reality is people are going to be drawn to things that reflect them. So if you say, yeah, I love this hip hop shit, I love this rap shit, yeah, all these black guys saying nigga, yeah, I love that shit. And then this white guy who looks like your little cousin or your little nephew comes on and he's being endorsed by, you know, your favourite underground gully gangster rapper, it's easy for the attention to be diverted. It's not just hip hop and it's not just England, that's across the world and in every kind of music. They oftentimes, hip hop is going to be hard, but oftentimes the blackface gets erased from out of whatever the music is. Look at fucking Elvis Presley or something, it's not new.
Side note, thoughts on Central C, because he seems to be taking America. We don't really see British rappers.
Okay, here's one, Central C, yeah? If I was talking about my top 10 UK artists, Central C ain't gonna make it in there. But he's one of the most successful, and I big him up for that. Because the youth, them love him.
Yeah.
I don't have to love him. I don't have to. Like, if you're saying part of the Skepta thing, yeah, we're gonna send UK rappers to battle the top. He's not in my top 10. But he's also not in my generation.
Yeah.
So why would he be? Like, for me to be angry at Central C would just be fucking hating.
I'm not asking you to be honest.
You know, he's not one of my favourite rappers, but he might be one of my son's favourite rappers.
Yeah. You've called out the system before. Has the BBC or industry ever tried to silence or sideline you?
Yes.
Looking back, did UK hip-hop miss its moment in the 90s, or were we blocked from the start?
No, I think we had the opportunity. I think we've learnt a lot of lessons from them time there, but I think we were on the bridge, yeah? So we come from a generation where it's about record deals, physical copies, selling CDs. You sell a CD for £10, you make this much pound out of it. And as we are still doing that, the ground's shifting.
Right.
And you know, everything's moving online, and we weren't prepared for that when it happened. And we were still working off the old models while these kids was on some new shit. So yeah, I feel we missed some of that by not staying up to date and still harping on about these old systems that we were used to.
Be honest, who in the scene did you rate lyrically but couldn't stand personally?
Who in the scene did I rate lyrically but couldn't stand personally?
Yeah, you don't have to answer these. Some of them are just...
You know what? There's not that many people that I hated. Like,
Okay.
There's a lot of people that hated me. Like,
Yeah.
people like I'm not scared to talk when I think something's like.
I've gathered that.
Right. See, I'm one of them men that sometimes need to learn to shut up. But it just is what it is. I'm not afraid of my opinion. But there's no one who I thought, he's a wicked rapper, but I can't stand him. There's people that I've fallen out with since, but you know, I'm not gonna try and rewrite the history book by saying, he's always been a cunt, or he's not a good rapper. Sure. I thought you were good, isn't it?
Was the shift towards grime and drill a creative evolution or corporate hijack?
The shift towards grime and drill, I think there's a bit of both. So I think the scenes grew organically and then were raised up within the industry and pushed to the forefront, whether or not they deserve that position.
You've talked about realness. What's the fakest thing about the UK rap game right now? Stunting
and fronting. It's always been the same. Don't front for me. Like, don't go and rent that car to impress me, bro. Don't rent that mansion to shoot a video in if you think I'm gonna believe it's yours. Don't bother with it. Like, you know, don't bother with it. If you're succeeding. You know what, in life, not outside of the music, in life, the most successful people I know do not wear their success. They don't wear it.
Facts.
So,
Have you ever regretted not chasing fame the way that others did?
No. I've regretted not having some of the success other people have had, but I've never regretted not going pop. Like, I'm not a pop artist. I'm never going to be a pop artist. Even if I retire and stop making music, I will still write lyrics because that's part of who I am and it's in my being. And they won't be pop lyrics. They'll be me talking shit that I need to get out.
You've done TV, radio, touring. Where have you been disrespected the most?
Where I've been disrespected the most? On tour. I haven't been disrespected.
No, it says you've done TV, radio, or touring. Where have you been? That's a shit question, bro. Why do you think the UK rap doesn't preserve its elders like reggae or hip hop in the US?
And that's the $1 million question. I don't know, because people
AI
like Westwood, Addison, like them man there, they.
But it's not just on Westwood though, innit?
But also, it's not just Westwood. But there's a generation of radio DJs who, you know, you can hear a Funkmaster Flex show and he'll play a show of music from the 90s, from the 2000s. You'll hear that. You ain't gonna hear that no on UK radio.
Right.
But again, that's not unique to UK hip hop. Like, where's Loose Ends and Junior Giscombe and you know, where's Aswad? Where's all of these foundation artists? Where's Smiley Culture? Where are any of these people on the radio? Where are their names being mentioned as cornerstones of the industry? Nowhere.
We're in an era where you don't even need radio. I only listen to radio in the car, that's it. You could start your own channel, your own podcast,
and
your own TikTok.
But those things do exist though.
So
those things do exist.
Maybe
No, but those things already exist.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, I'm not accepting that where we have to do it for ourselves. You know what? I pay my blood clot TV license. I want to hear the BBC represent me too.
Why are you paying that for, bro?
Well,
sorry.
You know what I mean?
I pay as well.
You know what? You know, I get work in the BBC. I definitely got my license. Like, so, but I'm saying, like, there is room for all of this stuff to be represented. So choices are being made. Commercial choices are being made. The BBC is not a commercial station. They don't have to sell adverts to play the show. Yeah. Like, you need to show some respect. And I don't just mean hip hop. I just said a whole heap of names of people that a lot of these people listening are never going to have heard of. Yeah. But these are people who are foundation to the black music scene. Where's Kelly LaRock and Terry Walker? And where's you know, Children of Zeus? Where are all these? Where's NA? And where's all of these people? I could go Kofi Stone or fucking, like, there's so many artists and music. There's so much that I'm going to be doing people a disservice by not mentioning them. But there's a lot of it.
The Rodney P podcast soon launched, folks. You get me? Bringing back all these people, shining a light on it.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. You know, I've thought about doing a radio show. And if I did a radio show, I've been contemplating it. But I would do it in the style of John Peel. And a lot of people won't know
John Peel's an absolute legend,
R.I.P. I need to be able to just play whatever music I like, whenever I like, and not be stuck in a genre.
We're in that era where you ain't got to fucking answer to nobody.
But, you know, it also takes time and commitment, like you've shown to your podcast, bro. And I ain't got that time to commit to that just yet.
Because you're too rich, brother.
Just behave, man. Bro, I'm in your studio. Remember where we're there now.
Do you feel like you've properly recognised? You've been properly recognised as the Godfather of UK hip hop, or has the industry still slept on your legacy?
I don't know. Ask the industry, man. Like, I honestly, I said it earlier, but really, I never gave myself the title Godfather. That was something. But
that's even more beautiful when the people do.
Yeah, that's what it is. But I say I will take it because, to my mind, the reason I will get that title is because I've been here the longest and the most consistently. I don't know no one who's been involved in this UK hip hop scene as staunchly for so long as me.
Facts.
So,
what was the exact moment you realised London Posse had changed British music forever?
When people came and told me it.
You paved the way for UK artists to use their own accent. Do today's artists give enough credit to the doors you opened? Even AI knows you're not getting your credit, bro. We're giving it today, bro.
I mean, again, if you never heard of me, whose fault is that? Oh, yeah, you're going to give me flowers to someone you never heard of. And I'm sitting there saying, well, if I need those flowers, then we need to go to these sound systems, and we need to go to the Cookie Crew, and we need to go to the Family Quest. Go Saxon, go Coxon, go Black Unity, go Young Lion, go Kilowatt, go, you know?
Let me use Central C as an example. He's got elders, he's got a dad, he's got a thing. Do you think these people should be told who's who? Do you know what I'm saying? As part of the history lesson.
Yeah, you would like to think so, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
story.
speculating. Of course, I'm just speculating. But
I think I meet a lot of artists who are more surprisingly clued up than people would give them credit for, especially artists, more than anyone else. Like, so if I go to a regular 21-year-old kid on the street and say, who's Rodney P? He's probably not going to know. But if I go to a 21-year-old rapper and say, who's Rodney P?
They know.
They will know. Like, so.
And they should know. If someone wrote the history of UK hip hop without including you, how incomplete would that story be?
That's just a fable. That's just a story. It's a fairy tale. You can't write it without me. You can't write it without London Posse. You can't. Full stop. You can't write it. If I'm not in it, it's a lie.
I love that you're owning that. Was there ever a moment you considered walking away from music entirely, and what kept you in the game? We're almost there.
I've never walked away from music because the music was pissing me off. I walked away at times when other things became my focus. But what I discovered when I was young, I thought, I'm not going to be, at a certain age, you're going to stop rapping. And now I'm at that age. I'm like, why am I going to stop rapping? Like, this is what I do, innit? Like, why? Mick Jagger don't have to stop doing these things.
That's another thing.
I remember seeing James Brown at a festival just before he died. Old as fuck on stage doing his thing. Why? I don't have to stop. Fuck them,
a lot of them say rap is a young man's sport.
Yeah, I used to think that, but it's bullshit. And plus, let me be clear. Now for them young boys, I will spin them. So.
Okay, who are you battling, bruv?
I'm not
Man, I
battling
can
no
arrange
one.
that now. Who in America are you
like,
sending for?
I've got back catalogue.
Let's go.
I've got back catalogue.
Who are you sending for, bro?
Go battle me on Spotify, bro. You can battle me for hours.
Have a versus battle. Bro, I went through your Spotify albums yesterday. Fuck me, mate. I was doing that for ages,
Yeah,
bro.
I've got tunes, bro.
Like,
I've been there a
how
long
many songs
time.
do you think you've made?
I don't know, but I do know there was only ever one London Posse album. I've only ever put out one Rodney P album.
You made over 1,000 songs, reckon?
I've made over 1,000 songs, yeah.
That's unbelievable. What an achievement, bro.
And I do a lot of songs, like what a lot of people don't recognise about this industry as well and about the hustle. England ain't the only marketplace, especially now.
Yes, I'm learning that.
Now.
Even Stush was saying she goes Japan and this,
Yeah,
that, and the
this is
other.
what I'm
And
saying.
people in the UK think, they're done. They're
Yeah,
outside
nothing
of
ain't
mind.
going. Man's on tour. Man's on the other side of the world. Man's got hit records out in countries you ain't been to.
Yes.
Like do collaborations with artists that's not even in English. That we're doing bits like.
Absolutely.
You know, the hustle is vast and complex.
What's the proudest moment of your career that never got the public spotlight it deserved?
The proudest moment of my career? Ooh. Oh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one.
Okay. Should we
I
come
don't know.
back?
Can I try to come back? I don't know.
Do you think UK schools and youth programs should be taught about London Posse and early UK hip hop culture?
In schools?
Yeah.
I don't think so necessarily, but I will say this. As someone who goes into a lot of schools, who sets up projects in schools, I do think that the music is a fantastic way to reach young people. Not just marginalised kids who we're often given to work with, but everyone generally. Like it's a good way of expressing yourself and finding your creativity and yeah. So I think these kind of projects should be more ingrained into the school curriculum, but not necessarily teaching about London Posse. But you know, we should have some pride in the shit we've done in the past, though.
What do you want your legacy to be when people speak about UK music 50 years from now?
Rodney P did his thing and help push it forward. Like,
Quick fire questions. I just want a one-word answer. Yeah.
okay.
UK hip hop or grime?
Hip hop.
The most underrated UK rapper ever.
Me.
Who's the most overrated? Swerve it if you want.
Yeah, I have to swear. I don't know the
that's
answer.
fine, it's fine.
Because you know what it is?
It's AI.
If I say someone who is not of my generation, like I could say Central C.
Right.
Central C is the most, because he's also the most successful. But I don't think he's that good as a rapper. That just makes me sound like I'm hating. And I'm not hating.
You're
Go on
such a
and do
hater.
it,
No, I'm
Tim.
joking. Vinyl or digital?
Vinyl.
Was London Posse ahead of its time?
Yes.
Who had the coldest verse in UK rap history? Oh, I love that.
Who had the coldest verse in UK rap history? Damn. No idea.
I'm just going to ask a question. The best UK rap song ever?
Best UK rap song ever. You're killing me with that. I mean, see different people. There's a tune called Slumber that I really like by, I think S's on it. I love that tune.
Okay.
I like Witness the Fitness. I like...
Cold.
I like... it's too much.
I'm going to have to go with it's
You know,
Murder.
I wish you would have...
I'm gonna have to
Murder,
go with
Clash
K-Lash.
tune.
It's
Yeah,
Murder.
that's big tune.
Don't
big
piss me.
tune.
I'll smash my face. Yo. Anyway, all right, cool.
There's loads of them.
Yeah,
If you would have asked me, if you would have said, think about it when you're on your way here, I could have come with a list.
AI, baby. Don't shoot the messenger. BBC or pirate radio?
Pirates.
Who's the real pioneer of UK rap? You or someone else?
UK rap, then it's definitely not me because I came in of a fan of UK rap.
It's you. Have you ever ghostwritten for anyone?
I have, yeah.
Can drill be positive or is it all destructive?
Of course it can be positive, man. Of course it can be anything you want it to be. There's that young Christian whose name I can't remember. He's got a little small afro and he makes really creative little videos.
Okay.
Raps in a drill style, but he's a Christian. Bad.
Yeah.
So, the subject matter is going to be what you choose.
British accent in rap, mandatory or optional?
Mandatory unless you're a dickhead.
Rhythm killer for say that. What's one UK rap album everyone should hear before they die?
Gangster Chronicle.
Which city reps UK hip hop the best outside London?
Ooh, I ain't trying to make no enemies. I would say Birmingham, Nottingham, Manchester,
all of them.
Swansea, Edinburgh, Glasgow, all of them. They do their thing.
Do UK rap fans support or just consume? Ooh, good one.
Ooh, there's a lot to be said. I mean, there is a level of support that we've managed to attain and keep, but a lot of it is at a distance.
Hardest clash or battle you've ever witnessed?
You know, I keep this one up to date. I'm watching my man's thing. I see Ren DMC on there.
Yeah.
What is it called again?
Pen Game.
Pen Game. Yeah. Like
you like it?
It's
sick, innit?
It's hilarious
Good,
to me. Ren DMC is funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if them man could go states and battle like Murder Mook and all of them man.
Yeah.
I know that it's different.
I know what you're saying.
But them man are hilarious. And the girl who did the seven sizzling
Cheeks
sausages, that shit was fucking hilarious to me.
Cheeks
So them battles are good, but I find the format very entertaining. So I enjoy that.
I think you need to be a judge on that show.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna put the word out.
Yeah, I'd put the word in, man, but I do like that.
We like to.
I do like that. I find it very entertaining. I'm glad to see that. That's maintained.
I would love to see you be a judge, and that makes perfect sense.
Right.
Leave that to me. I will try my best.
Okay.
One artist you wish you had worked with but never did.
Well, I did work with him, but me and John Holt had planned to do a little tour.
Right.
And he passed. He came to England and he actually passed on stage. No,
I didn't know that.
You can't. Where you gonna? You drop out on stage while performing with his sweet voice.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like.
Weed or rum? Well, okay. Well, rum because it's had some.
No, they don't really make sense to have one without the other. Though.
You get me. What's the biggest myth about Rodney P?
That I'm not very approachable and I'm a bit angry. I'm none of those things. I'm none of those.
Unless you
things.
say the word Westwood. No, I'm joking.
Not even Westwood can get me vexed. Like.
Could London Posse survive in today's TikTok era?
Of course, man. We would have spun them. Joking.
What's one moment you'll never forget from your career?
There's too many, but those random out of the sky questions. Like, I like walking out on stage at Wembley Stadium, and feeling like this ain't that great. The audience is too far away. Like I like shows when the audience is right there. When they're like you got a rail and a cameraman and then the next 20 foot and then a barrier. I ain't got time for all that. I want to feel some immediate energy.
Who should play Rodney P in a biopic?
My son. Nah, you know I can't even say that because he's like 6'3" and like healthy and go gym and them thing. Who should play me? I don't know. Idris.
Man, why not? I think we've covered everything. Is there anything you'd like to talk about, sir?
Yeah, just remind you.
Born to Fly is
Born
out
to
now.
Fly is out now. You can
everywhere.
check it on my YouTube. I got videos up. There's content.
Yeah.
Check my back catalogue because there's a lot of it. You can check my documentaries. I did a document. If you want to know about UK black music here, people, I got a documentary series. This one is about grime. One is about how hip hop took over the world, and one is about pirate radio and how important pirate radio has been to the growth of black music in the UK. So do yourself a favour and come check my thing, it's an education.
And what's that called? The show, what's it called? Where is it? YouTube?
It's all on YouTube, yeah. So there's one called The Last Pirates,
right?
Which is Last Pirates, British Lost Generation, which is about Kiss FM, LWR, the original pirate stations that predate like your grime and jungle stations. The Grime show is also about, the journey that crime took to become the force that it is and the history of it going back from early UK hip hop days through the jungle thing, through
there needs to be a bloody Netflix documentary about this, isn't it? And you got to host this, innit? Let's
Yeah,
put it out
bro,
in the
like,
universe.
I need to send you some stuff, you know. I feel like you're not really up to date on my content.
Brother,
I'm
how
gonna
dare
update
you?
I'm gonna update you and keep you
Man
fully
said,
up to date.
no, but I want to see it on Netflix. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, brother.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm not gonna argue that point. I agree with
Yeah,
you.
I'm trying my best, you get me? Man had to condense your music last night at 11 o'clock at night, FYI, you get me? So certain
but
man,
there's a lot,
they ain't
man.
been sending their things on time, you get what I'm saying? Anyway, Born to Fly is out now.
Out right now.
It's been an absolute pleasure, an
Likewise,
absolute
my
legend.
brother.
I want to give you your flowers. I don't
Appreciate
care
the
what
invitation,
anybody
my
says.
brother. I
No, come
appreciate
on.
the
You
invitation.
are a pioneer. You started this shit.
Yeah.
You get me? You've
I
done
played
so
my
much.
part. I definitely played
And
my part.
like I say, you may have said it earlier. Oh, you don't know who wants to watch all this. I don't really care, if I'm honest. I need this stuff in the universe.
Yeah, okay,
and sometimes
wicked.
I love things to just be outside the universe. You don't know. Tomorrow, 3 years, 5 years, 20 years.
Yeah, as long as it exists.
People can say, this is what happened. It came from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, I hear that. Bless up, brother.
Blessings always.
Let me just say on behalf of my brother Shizzio, something that I know he says. I know he says it, and he feels uncomfortable when he says it. So I'm gonna say it on his behalf. People, you look down, so around here somewhere. Subscribe button. Just press the button. Where you're going with, stop going like you never heard what the man said. Just press the button. Make sure you subscribe because that helps the channels. It means we could do more stuff like this, innit? Let's up.
Spoken like a true Godfather, baby. We out.
Let's
Peace.
up.